All right. Welcome back to the Orphans, the American Dream finale. Um, this is our second episode into the finale, right?
If you count the finale as starting the combat with everybody, then yes.
Starting
If
the
you count
combat with their. Oh yeah, the
Like the
the
battle,
actual,
yeah.
the actual
yeah.
like fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The actual fight that the main characters are just not a part of at all.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. The actual mission.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, we
Of
are a
which
part of
a-
it. We facilitated the entire thing. I feel like that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
we,
just
we made it happen.
snuck away.
Like all good generals. And actually do any of the fighting themselves.
We already established if we had just helped them fight, we would have all died. This is the only way anybody gets to live. If we're fast enough, they can just run away.
Yeah. So you guys snuck into the base, into the elevator, and found Luke. David took pot shots at him.
Yep.
And
We found out these people are animals and don't have any kind of elevator music.
yeah, very important detail. And y'all went to the or went down to the basement and took pot shots at Luke, and then he ran and trapped you, David, in with him in his lair.
That's what he
And-
thinks. He's trapped here with me.
Right. and Jared and Caleb, you guys both started seeing things,
We are
seeing some weird things.
tripping.
Tripping spheres, indeed.
What?
Instead of tripping balls, tripping spheres.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Trying to keep it PG-13, and now it's just
right.
wasted.
And
That just made it weirder, David. That's all it did. It made it weirder.
Only because I had to explain it.
I thought you were making some obscure Roshar joke.
yeah, me too. That's what I thought.
No.
So I made some aspects for the situation. So for David, welcome to my lair and poisons and fumes. Just some
Cool.
neutral aspects there. And then
Sounds
for
good.
Jared and Caleb, nothing is as it seems. So feel free to use these as you will. So like any good session, we open up with a flashback. And I think we see a young boy. I think he's coming home on a bike, and he parks it outside his house. And as we get kind of like the wide shot, definitely looks like it's like the 80s. And this boy walks inside his house, and it kind of gets quiet. And he like turns on one of the lights, and as soon as he does, something like smashes into his head and brings him to the ground. And we see a woman like standing over him with like a probably like a bat.
How old is this
And-
kid?
Like 10.
Oh, it's rude.
And then we just get like a outside the house shot, and we just hear some like screams, and then we cut back in, and the boy's just on the ground, and he's bleeding, and he looks up and it's just like, "Mom, what did I do?" And she says, "Principal called. He said you were getting in trouble again. You don't learn your lesson, do you?" And like throws the bat to the ground and just says, "One of these days, you'll see what a monster you are," and like walks away. And we see this boy walk upstairs and just kind of like collapse on his bed. And he like tries to fall asleep and like can't. And then he like opens his eyes in anger. And we cut to the night, and we see this woman lying in bed, and we see the closet slowly start to open, and we see a blade come out of the closet, and the little boy steps towards the bed, and we open up to Luke standing there with his mask on, and we can see that one of the scars, like on his forehead, just underneath his mask, is from that day, from that beating.
I was waiting for the ring wraith scene there.
The ring wraith scene?
Yeah, they just stab a crap out of the beds.
Oh,
the screen. Also, somebody watching TV in the background. I don't.
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Whoops.
I didn't want to interrupt, but
yeah, that's okay. Okay, so David, you were just putting on your mask, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think the last thing Luke said was, "Now it's the same face as mine."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so Luke has a higher notice than you, so he gets to go first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is going to be very, very interesting. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but keep in mind, y'all have fate points, and y'all have.
Oh yeah, I don't have
things
one.
to summon.
I don't have one on my thing.
I summon bigger fish.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And Caleb, you have 2, right? You have 2 refresh.
Yes, I do indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna put fate points in different corners, representing the different players.
There you go. It's a good plan.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, so. Oh, and then also for that scene, we get the song "Que Sera" by Hidden Citizens, the trailer version of "Que Sera."
I've never heard that song.
Yeah, I'll have to send that to you guys.
Okay.
I thought of that today. I should have sent that.
That's fine.
Okay. So Luke is going to take the first thing here. So we described the room kind of last week, where we've got all the like toxic vats and stuff like that the guy's been working on, and different like weapons and gases and stuff like that. And yeah, definitely, like, there's an awful smell in the air, and there's like different fumes coming up from like different vats and stuff like that. So it's like kind of like your vision is obscured a little bit. It's a little misty in here. Yeah, haze. Yeah. Okay, so Luke is going to I think just like takes a step forward. We should probably make a map, shouldn't we? I should have done that too. But
well,
Luke
you said
takes
it was
a step
just going to be
forward.
four zones, right? So you could just put like a checker. Well, that's not a checkerboard, but a grid or whatever. It's not a grid either. I don't know. Whatever.
Of
course, it's better for me if it's one zone, so we could just do that instead.
Nope, definitely not. It'll be more interesting if y'all have to run around the map.
Yeah, although if we just end up running in circles, it'll be silly, but we'll see how it goes.
Caleb, do you have the ability to make a couple of tokens for me and put David's token down?
Sure thing.
And whatever you think looks like Luke. We'll just put you guys across from each other.
Ooh. Yeah, I came in through the door and he was across the room, so that makes sense.
So what Luke is going to do is he's going to. Oh, I can't unclick your token. There we go. I will just use this fate point for now. Luke is going to go over. So he was here. He's going to move a zone over here, and he's going to grab a. Oh my gosh!
Oh, he's big. He casts
so much bigger than I expected. Yes. So he's gonna pop over here, and he grabs. I think like a. I mean, straight up, I think he just grabs like a jar of acid that's sitting there, and he just throws it at you.
It's like the sniper from Team Fortress 2, but not as funny.
Yeah, there you go. And he gets +4 to attack with shoot with biochemical weapons that he's created. And
okay.
That is his roll, 11. Just a flat 0 for his roll.
Oof. Okay, well, yes. I mean, as soon as he grabs it, I start shooting at him so that I can get my little "if I'm shooting at you" thingy. Because all I get. Yes, sir.
If you defend well, you totally shoot the jar of acid, right?
Yeah. Right. There we go. 7. All right. Let me look at something. That's 4.
Yep.
All right. I will just take the stress.
So I'm assuming like you shoot the jar of acid, but it's like too close to your body, so you have to like take a step back. You like stumble.
Yeah. Scatters over the floor.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And it definitely like starts eating through like the ground a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's probably concrete underneath you, so it just like makes a little bit of a couple little like pits. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep shooting at him, but this time I'll try and hurt him. All right. Let me check something here. I guess that's not how that should work. Hold on a second. Okay. I'm just rewording something in the stunt to make it make more sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine.
Okay, so because he shot at me, I get bonuses to shoot at him because of that one right there.
Vengeful reprise. You don't appreciate being attacked. You get +2 to shoot attacks against an opponent who targeted you last. Did I like riding bike? Just bloodier +2 to shoot attacks with firearms.
So right now that's what I got. So yeah, basically I think like I'm moving towards him as he throws that. And so that, some of the acid almost gets on me as I like shoot it and duck underneath it. And I'm going to move into his zone.
Okay.
And get up in his grill. And try and shoot him in the face. Here we go. So that would be +4 from those two. Is that everything? Yeah, for now. There we go. Oh, that was got a -1 to that.
Okay. I'll roll defense for him. Oof. A 3.
He got a -2. You rolled even worse than I did.
Okay. Oh. So that's a 5 there. So
yes, sir.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, this battle is going to be over before we know it. So because he's gonna have to take a moderate consequence.
Cool. I get 2 invokes on that.
Oh yeah, you have 2 from his mild as well.
Yep, I remember.
So
I made a note over here.
What do you want to call this moderate consequence?
Let's do. Well, that's not a. Never mind. That would be like an aspect. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I guess so. I run up on him. It's a moderate. So yeah. And I think I don't know what the terrain in this looks like, but I like hop over a barrier or something like a safety barrier and just like kick into him. And then I shoot him in the shoulder.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably aiming for his chest, but he like twitches and I hit him in the shoulder instead.
He twitches. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. What do you want to call this?
Oh,
shoulder shot.
Yeah, there you go.
Bleeding. Just call it bleeding.
It's a GSW.
I'm afraid to ask what that means.
It means gunshot wound.
Oh. Oh, you said GSW. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So from there, I think we're going to cut over to Jared. Jared, what was the last thing that you did? I think you saw Luke running away and David's dead body. And David was talking to you. Okay. Forget what David said to you exactly.
Basically just telling him he sucked for ditching me.
Oh, yeah. So Jared, what's going on in your head right now?
That I'm tripping right now and I need to get somewhere where there's no tripping gas.
Did you succeed at your save? So you do know that you're tripping?
I think it was a difficulty 8. I don't think it was possible for you.
I think it was an 8 to get out of it.
It was, but I think it was also really hard to. Well, I don't know. I think you both failed. I can't remember if that was the case, but pretty sure neither of you succeeded.
Did we set a different difficulty for like realizing it?
Yes. Yeah. I know that we did. It looks like your will roll was a 2.
Yeah.
Oh no! It was a 4. Yeah. You succeeded.
Okay.
So you do know that you're tripping.
Okay.
So
Caleb doesn't know he's tripping. All right.
Right. No, Caleb does not. Okay. So Jared, what's going on in your head? Like, what are you trying to think of? Like, what you should do?
I figure just got to keep moving.
Okay. Yeah. So which way do you go? Do you like try to turn around? Do you try to go forward where Luke ran?
I spin in a circle.
Okay.
And you pirouette.
Then I run away.
You run away.
I figure nothing I see is real anyway. So
you're like spinning around. You're like, oh boy. And I think we get a shot of like all sorts of weird things start appearing in the background as you're spinning. So like each time you like spin, it's just like a different like terrain, different scenario. You got all these things going through your head and you're like, I don't know what's going on. And I think you like take a step forward and like trip and fall. And then as you like look back up, you get kind of like a Frodo and Galadriel scene. Where you get kind of like a Frodo and Galadriel scene. I drink up. I think he's just telling his wife that the food tastes good. So yeah, we get that shot with Jared's on his face, and then we hear like a radiant like ah, and he like looks up slowly. Okay, he's ready. I was about to cut from there over to Caleb. Maybe I still will.
He's unready. He's the guy in the lobby who sits there and gets ready, unready over and over again.
Yep.
So the match won't start.
Yeah, I think we'll cut. So we get that radiant aura thing, and then we cut to Caleb. So Caleb, what are you doing? I think you were keeled over, right? You're like keeled over in the hallway, like.
Yeah, I had just seen Mickey.
Yeah.
And did she say anything?
She ran off and you were like, I wouldn't follow her. So I just had like a psychotic break and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it was. I had a psychotic breakdown because I was like, this isn't right. But like, obviously I'm being affected. So I just dropped to my knees basically. So, yeah.
So, but you failed your roll. So
I did. Yeah.
there's a part of you that's like, this isn't right. This isn't right. But now you can't remember where you were. You can't remember what was going on.
Yeah.
Something's just not right, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And you feel like you shouldn't be here, but you don't know why. And I think we cut over to, like, we kind of get like a jump shot. Like you're just in this place and then you're just not. And I think you're at Mickey's grave.
Okay.
And you like take a step forward and you're like, huh, yeah, like this is right. She's dead. And then you like blink and her name's gone on the gravestone.
Is it replaced by something, or is it just no name?
No, just no name on a gravestone. And then you hear her voice behind you. And for whatever reason, you can't remember why you're here at this gravestone. Like this didn't say Mickey's name. You like forgot that happened. And you turn around and Mickey's there. And she's like, "Hi, Caleb."
I just don't say anything. I'm just like staring at her. Like I'm just really confused as to what's even happening right now.
I want to show you something. Come with me.
Where are we?
Right now, we're at a cemetery.
Yeah, I can see. I don't know what's going on.
We're at the cemetery in Janesville. You know, the one by the mall. We've been here before.
And I like look around and suddenly like I'm filling in the details of what that actually looks like, or at least did in 2015.
Yep.
I'm like, did someone die?
Yeah. A lot of people did. Come with me. Let me show you. And she like takes you up over a hill, and there's like where there used to be like the road by the mall is now just like a field with the rest of like just more cemetery. And there's just a ton of gravestones. And she just says, "These are all the people that have died because of you. Because of what you've done."
What? No. No, I didn't do anything.
You wanted to stop the nukes, remember? This is what it cost. These are how many people died on the way. Was it worth it?
What's funny is like 2015, and then if the apocalypse happened in 2015, and this Caleb has never seen Infinity War, so you can make this reference, and I don't get it.
I wasn't even trying to make an Infinity War.
You literally said the exact line.
Did I?
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
It was. How much did it cost? Was it worth it? Yeah.
I said, was it worth the cost? Or did I say how much did it cost? That doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, no, Marvel. I didn't mean to.
Change it just enough so
please don't sue me. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. No, exactly. None of us get the reference.
Yeah.
Because none of us have seen the movie, so it's fine.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, so I say, did we do it?
Stop the nukes?
Yeah.
Would it matter if you did? And she like looks back over to the gravestones.
But I didn't do this. I didn't kill them.
And she looks towards you, and there's one tear that like falls on her cheek, and she says, "No, you didn't." But does that matter?
Yes. Yes, it matters. You can't just point at a cemetery and say, I'm responsible for all of this. I didn't pull the trigger.
And she looks back over at the cemetery. and then looks back over to you, and the tear that was there is now blood.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "You didn't pull the trigger on me either."
I wasn't even there, Mickey. I would have tried something. I would have. I wasn't there.
Everybody else was. So where were you?
So why aren't you talking to them?
Ooh, that's good. I think the the dream kind of like fizzles for a sec. Like you kind of see the like hallways and stuff for a second. You don't like get a full view of it, but you like kind of see something that's not supposed to be there. Maybe you see like an exit light in the facility, and you look at it,
and it's almost like it's just floating in midair. In the scenery. Yeah.
And for a second you can kind of see where it is in the facility, and then you like look away from it and the scene has changed.
Yeah.
And I think you see like,
can I make a roll there to try to break out of it? Like since there was that moment, like as we move through the sequence.
So what I don't want to do is do rolls with these. What I want to do with these is have you guys as characters actually break out rather than it being a roll. I want you guys as characters to like.
That's the mechanics the game gives us to break out of things
maybe,
like this, right?
Maybe what we can do is have it be a roll, and we can determine how much time is wasted coming to this point. So like we'll narratively do the narrative beat, but we'll see how much time is wasted on that beat in reality based on the roll, maybe. So like if he rolls poorly, lots of stuff will happen before he comes out of it. But if he rolls we'll do the same amount of stuff. But
yeah, I'm completely fine with playing it out. I just want to be able to use the actual skills my character has.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
As opposed to just me talking.
Yeah, I like the idea that David had there of
okay.
So how long? So I think if you failed it, it just takes twice as long.
Right.
Your mind like is referencing time differently.
Yeah. So I mean, do you want me to wait until we're done with the whole scene to make that roll then?
Or
do you want me to make it now?
You can go ahead.
If I make it now,
roll,
I was gonna say if I make it now, then we have a bit of a reference for how long it is going to take.
Yeah,
and then we can play to that as well. So, I made a will roll last time to like get in this thing in the first place.
The will roll was difficulty 4.
Mm-hmm. I mean, can I make a rapport roll instead? Like this is a conversation I'm having with Mickey. Can I basically be talking to my subconscious through all of this and convincing myself, like, because I'm going to be having this conversation with Mickey like I just did, right? Where I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you talking to me? Like, I'm not responsible for your death. Like, why is this even happening? And I start to talk myself out of it.
Yeah, it did seem like you countering the point weakened the
exactly
the hold of it. Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Still 4 then?
Yeah.
Do I get you're adept at stepping into a bad situation and dialing it down to something more reasonable stunt?
No, just because I don't know what category to put this in.
Yeah, I mean, the stunt is called Smooth Over, and then it also says, so long as you're not the direct reason someone is upset, your attempts to calm them down using your rapport receive a +2 bonus. I'm trying to calm myself down, and I'm not the cause of my own upsetness.
Just roll without it.
I have a stunt for a reason. Okay.
But you've used it plenty of times.
Yeah, but that's because it makes sense, and I think it makes sense here.
I feel like if you had something of like in a dream sequence.
It does give the impression that you're smoothing over the situation with other people.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I know you know.
I think it could go either way, but all right. Difficulty 4, you said?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, that was another reason why I didn't want to give you an extra +2. I was like, you just don't need it.
I don't succeed with style, at least. So
right. Okay, so then we'll go to you, Jared.
Yeah, I'm back now.
So it just cuts there, and as I'm.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Yeah, I wanted to give you one last shot there. Yeah. So, I think we pan over and see. Oh, you see the house you grew up in.
The little house on Liberty Lane.
Yep.
You said it like you didn't grow up in the same house.
Well, but I'm not Connor.
But he's not Connor in this one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
He sometimes plays an NPC named Connor.
Yeah.
I play an NPC named Connor, but he's not me.
Connor's made the point that it's not him the whole time. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember. In 2015, was our house red or green?
It was red.
It was still red in 2015?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's red.
Maybe it wasn't. But I think it was.
I can't remember.
I feel like it probably was.
Okay, so from there we come back over to you, Jared. Jared, we got this like this Frodo and Galadriel scene where you like fall over and you're like looking up, and it's
fall
just
into
like
a vat of acid.
This just like this holy radiance, and we hear like this like choir of music and stuff, and we see a hand like grab at your like bag, and you can't quite make out who it is yet. And then as soon as they put on the hat, you can see that it's little Charlie.
My arch nemesis.
And Charlie says, "Hello there, Jared. It's been a long time since I've seen you." And he looks around. He's like, "What am I doing in your dream sequence?"
I have no idea, dude.
He's like, "Am I like, is this kind of like, am I like your angel?
Did you die? Okay. Is that why you're here?"
Come to think of it, you don't know the answer to that question. So I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
I was going to ask if this was like a Ghost of Christmas Past, but this kid hasn't seen that movie.
but Jared has. So he does think that's what
there
it is.
You go. That's true.
Okay, so, Charlie, which way should I go?
He goes like this. He goes, I think the universe is telling you should go down. And then, the floor opens up beneath you. And you see an elevator beneath you, and it like goes down, and you don't move at all yet. And then once the elevator like reaches the bottom, you just fall. What are you doing as you're falling? Are you just kind of like, what's going on? Or are you trying to do anything?
I mean, I don't know if there's anything to do. Is there does the elevator cable exist?
Yeah.
I'll just try and grab onto that.
Okay, yeah.
Like slide down instead of fall to my death.
You don't need to roll. I think you do it. I think you grab onto it and like you kind of slow yourself as you get towards the bottom. Mm-hmm. And you kind of look up and you see Charlie, and he like is standing over like that hole. And he just jumps out of it and uses his hat to like as a parachute, and
like
he just
Mary
like
Poppins his way
down.
Yes. Mary Poppins, y'all.
And he just goes back to the ground. And he's like, "Huh, I wonder why that works."
I am having a real bad trip right now. That's why that works.
He says, "So, what am I doing in your head here? Are you trying to have some sort of like, I don't know, are you trying to like discover something about yourself, or are you dealing with some
kind
sort of trauma?
Psychological breakthrough? I feel like I did that before the nuke thing, but I don't know."
Oh, the nuke thing. Is that what we're dealing with? I think we're dealing with the nuke. And he's like, wait. I can hear it. It's this way. And he like walks over to where the elevator like is facing, and he like knocks on the wall, and it just like elevator door opens, and he like looks at the elevator below him and looks at like the elevator door on the wall, and he's like, yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but and he like walks through it.
I mean, like, I'm just walking through a base and I'm not being filled with bullet holes, so I'm probably just in the fetal position somewhere.
And as you guys kind of go through that wall, you just end up in Bloomington, and you see the nuke go off. And Charlie's
you're in a refrigerator and you go flying and you come out and the area's been nuked. I'm just kidding.
That is the worst movie ever made.
I think Charlie makes a reference to that movie.
He didn't see that movie.
But you did, Jared. But you did.
I did.
And he's like, oh, it's kind of like that one movie. Oh, that's awful.
Mm-hmm.
And then he turns to you and is like, so how are you feeling right now?
I mean, pretty garbage, but if anyone's a pro at bottling it up until the situation's resolved, it's me.
We have so maybe that's why I'm here. Maybe I'm here to open the cork, unscrew the cork, you know?
We can't do that after the Dukes are taken care of. Then have a good cry. Or die, one of the two.
I suppose that would be more helpful, wouldn't it? But nope, I don't think so. So, how are you feeling about the nuke? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? I kind of feel like I'm your psychiatrist right now. How does this make you feel?
Well, thousands of people are dead. And it's 100% my fault because I tried using a computer in a crazy person's secret sewer basement fortress thing. So, feel pretty bad. Killed a bunch of women and children.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I see some right there. Yeah. Oh, they're dead now. Yep. They're burning alive.
I just like turn away.
He's like, it's okay. I can describe it for you.
Yeah. And then he just like takes a deep breath and is like clenches his fists and he's just like almost done. And he just keeps walking. He walks to the nuke.
Like towards the nuke explosion?
Yeah.
Okay, Charlie's like, oh wait, that way's dangerous. Don't go that way. And like chases after you. And I think you like are a lot closer all of a sudden. And I think you like start walking into the nuke, and it's like extremely painful. Like you feel the burn of everything. Mm-hmm. And I think what you see is like the initial mushroom of the nuke is there, except it's just like flames. Mm-hmm. And it's, I guess, less like flames and more just like a concentration of like Sauron eye energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like attacking you. Like the heat from it is just like setting your clothes on fire and burning your skin, everything. So Jared, go ahead and make a physique roll. Difficulty 4. See how long it takes you to walk through this nuke.
Yeah.
Oof.
Is this anything like you want the me getting out thing roll?
Yes.
Okay, I will spend
less you getting out. Like if you succeed at this, you're not going to get out. Yeah. You're just going to.
I won't be.
You won't be gone for as long.
Okay.
In terms of the, like, time wise.
Am I able to succeed at what's it called?
Major cost.
Oh, it's a major cost?
Yeah.
Oof. Would my mild consequence box be a major cost?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I feel myself like starting to stumble, and I just take out one of my swords and just like.
You take out one of your swords and what?
I guess a knife I have. I just stab myself in the hand.
What? Why?
But, break out.
Oh, no. I was going to give you like a mental wound. Like a a consequence is a consequence. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to like physically stab yourself though.
Okay. I like feel the need to go back because of the pain, but he just keeps walking.
How about like migraine is your mild consequence?
Medium. I remember medium well was my last one.
Do you have a consequence right now?
Oh no, that was from the dog session.
Oh, okay.
The text you put in there stays unless you clear it.
Oh, okay. Yep, medium well. Okay, so you kind of like walk into the flames, and you're just like burning alive as you're going, and like your body can physically like feel it. Your mind is extremely like you start feeling like you're sweating, like you have a fever. Is kind of how your body is reacting to it. And what happens is you kind of like go through the flames, and it's kind of like a hurricane of fire. And you kind of like walk into the eye of the nuke, and it's just like calm. And you see Charlie there with his hat, and he like shakes it off. He's like, oh, boy, that was some hot stuff there. I tried to keep my hat from catching on fire. And he like puts it back on his head. And he like walks forward, and he's like, so where are we, Jared?
Bloomington.
Weird. Everything seems so peaceful.
Destroyed. Oh.
No, as you kind of look up, it looks like before the apocalypse.
Oh.
Like a calm Bloomington. And Charlie looks around. He's like, I think what you're seeing here is just how everything was before the apocalypse. I think it's showing you what you destroyed, I guess. Boy, this is rough. This is your mind is really trying to hurt you here.
No, don't I know? And I keep walking.
And he's like, huh, you keep walking. Do you say that out loud and then keep walking, or?
I mean, may as well. I mean,
Okay,
I'm in my brain, so
yeah. So yeah, I think Charlie says that. He just like, you just keep walking, huh? Just keep walking. And then he kind of like, you like walk outside of the eye of the storm again, and like walk back through the nuke. And like Charlie follows you, kind of mumbling to himself. David, we cut back to you with like the sound of like the fire. As the two walk back into the nuke, a fire torrent thing. The sound effect transitions into a gunshot, and you're shooting at Luke.
The crackling of flames turns into pistol reports.
Yep. Yeah. And so I think now we have Luke here, and I think he's gonna. What he does is he kind of runs over. So he like probably gets shot in the shoulder and like falls to his knees. And I think what he does is like kicks a cart towards you, and then like runs over to this zone here, and sees like a vat of acid, and he just like pushes the whole thing over towards you.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh yeah. I guess roll. Kind of attack is that even?
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe he doesn't do that, because I don't know what that qualifies as.
I mean, I'm fine with you just roll his good stat just for the sake of making the narration interesting. I don't care.
Okay, sure.
Because I mean, if you don't, he's just going to shoot at me, and then it'll just be less interesting.
Right.
For no reason. So that's fine. I don't care.
Okay. All right.
It sounds like fight to me, but I don't actually want you to. I'd rather you made interesting narration than.
So exact same roll as before.
Yeah, naturally.
So he gives you an 11.
Oh, I see. That's what you meant. I thought you meant same statistics. Okay.
Oh no, yeah, same exact same result as before.
Right. I'm gonna try and hop up onto the cart that he kicked at me, like off of the floor. Of course, I'll be shooting at him so that I can do my thing. Oh, I'm gonna try to type this out like a maniac. Here we go. Ooh, that was rough.
Ooh.
I got a -1 to that. So
that's six shifts over you.
I'm trying to think if I want to
use a fate point here.
You also have 4 free invokes.
Yeah, but I want to kill him with those. Let's see. If I use 2 of them, what does that take me to? 9?
Yep.
All right, yeah. So I'll just use the mild consequence ones. Take me to 9.
Okay.
So he still has the moderate consequence boxes, but so I'll just take 2 then.
Okay.
Stress. So yeah, they splash the acid splashes up on the cart, but not onto me. And then I roll over here on the cart shooting at him.
Awesome.
But now, since I shot at him last round, I get more things. Okay. So now I also get this one. So now I'm getting +6 instead of +4. Man, I keep rolling negatives. What is going on? All right, no, that was the -1.
Okay. His defense. Ooh, that was a good roll.
Yeah,
okay, so he
well. Yeah, well, I feel like I want to re-roll. I got to get better than -1, right?
Let's see if you get less.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, yeah, we'll go for it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think last session he invoked. Where was it? He was like
he invoked Angel of Death.
Angel of Death. Yeah. Okay. So it's I'm going to invoke Wasteland Ferryman because that is also my job. Yeah.
Sweet.
So we'll see who does it better here.
Yeah.
All right. Re-roll that. There we go. It's a little better. At least it was a positive roll.
Yep.
It's actually exactly the same as if I just spent it on a +2, but whatever. And then I might as well just use the other 2 free invokes. So we'll put that at 16.
Okay. So we got
he's taking 9 points, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So he is almost out for the count here. He is bleeding bad. You give him a severe consequence. Right? Yeah. So what do you want to call it?
Call it riddled.
Riddled
with bullets.
Okay.
I mean, I assume he's not actually dead yet, but he's getting there. So.
Okay, yeah. So you put a few shots into him, and he like coughs up blood and like looks down at his like hands and the blood on the floor, and he's like. I think what he's going to do now is concede.
Okay.
And what this looks like is because I think this is like a deal here, right?
Mm-hmm.
He like
concedes,
surrenders to you, but he gets to like do something as well.
Well, so it's
kind of just like a mutual agreement.
Surrenders narratively. It's that you surrender mechanically. So
okay.
We come to a mechanical, or I guess that we come to a narrative agreement on a player level. Pardon me. And then that is what happens. So it's not a concession in the narrative, like between the characters. It's a concession between the players. So like if he gets away, it's not because I let him get away. It's because the player lets him get away. It's part of the concession or whatever.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it's not like the character accepting a surrender. It's the player accepting a surrender. And then mechanically that means that the surrenderee gets something.
So what I want to have him do is basically escape this room and get a head start on you, but you will kill him. But he's going to run out of this room and do something first.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay. So he runs out of the room. He looks at his blood and is coughing and laughing. And I think you probably like put your gun to his head, probably like this is it, like it's over. Do you have anything to say with that?
I mean, I know what it'll look like when I try and kill him. So, I mean, I probably like reach for his face, but
okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just like ducks out of the way and like pushes you from the side to like push your momentum towards the ground.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe that. He pushes you to the ground because
so basically he like pulls
him.
me as I'm moving forward to try and jump out. So then
that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And then he runs back to that door that he closed with that button earlier. And he presses a different button next to it and opens up a door that wasn't from behind, but like the other side.
Okay.
So he opens a door from
a different direction, not back in
a different direction. Yeah. Over here. And he runs through the door and presses the button on the way out. And I think like as you get to your feet and try to run towards him, because you have to like jump like away from the vat of acid that poured all over the ground, you like just barely don't get there in time before the door closes.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you're sitting there like frantically pressing the button, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, I probably smashed the button. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're doing that, and then we'll jump back over to probably Caleb.
Okay.
Jump back over to you, Caleb.
Sure thing.
So Caleb, you see the house you grew up in. What do you do?
I mean, I just start walking towards it slowly.
Okay, yeah.
Walk up the sidewalk. Get to the door. Grab the half broken door. You know, because it's always half broken. Open the glass door and it swings out and just hits the side of the house because it has no spring that works.
Yep. And you hear like some kids running and playing inside.
Yeah, and I'm like almost trembling, like my hand is shaking as I like reach toward the doorknob and turn it.
Yeah. And as you walk in, you're greeted by Mickey, who's holding a baby, and she's sitting on the couch, and a couple of kids like run down the hall, and are like playing with some toys on the living room floor. And what do you do? They don't seem to notice you.
Yeah, I'm like staring with my mouth wide open, and then I look at Mickey and I'm like, what?
And then she like looks at you and sees you, and she's like, "Oh, hi, come on in. Look, it's Uncle Caleb." And like the two kids like run to you and are like, "Uncle Caleb!" And like hug each person. Each one hugs a leg.
Yeah, it's very like I'm not touching them at all. Like I'm just like,
this isn't how it's supposed to be, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then I think you see a hand, and it's Connor. He's like, "Hey, glad you could make it." And he like is holding out his hand to like shake your hand, kind of a thing.
I do it, but very mechanically.
Yeah. And he's like, we just set the table. Go ahead and take a seat. And like walks into the kitchen, and like Mickey and the kids like get there like supernaturally fast. And they're just like sitting as you walk in.
Yeah, I'm just like standing like near the table, like looking around at everything. How similar does it look to what I remember from like 2015 Liberty Lane house?
100%.
Like just exactly. Yeah. So I just say, where's mom and dad?
And everybody kind of looks at you and frowns, even the kids. And then they start going back to eating, as if you'd never asked.
Are there any animals?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that sounds wrong.
Yeah, nah, that's fine. There's no animals.
Yeah. So I just like, I'm looking around like, I'm just
like the cat bed is still there, and like so like the same furniture is there, but you just don't see any animals.
Yeah. I'm just.
Was there did we have birds in 2015? If so, the bird cage is in the corner too.
We may have still had birds in 2015. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But it's empty.
Yeah, I start very slowly shaking my head, and then eventually it's just like pretty vigorously, and I'm just like, no. I start kind of backing away.
And like Connor grabs you by the shoulder and is just like, hey, it's okay. Just enjoy what's here. And like,
I almost laugh at that. I just like, it's not here, Connor.
Caleb, make a will save. Make a will save difficulty 4 to whether or not you can resist the urge
check,
here. Yeah, will check. Sorry. Yeah, will save. Yep.
Will save is D&D 3.5. It's not even D&D 5th edition.
See if you can resist the urge to just pretend everything's okay.
Yep. Difficulty
4.
I got it 1.
So you could succeed at a major cost.
I will. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think you also have a migraine.
Consequence?
Yeah.
What kind?
Mild.
Cool.
Unless you already have a mild consequence.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So you just kind of shake your head and are like, nope, this isn't how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then I start like, grabbing my head. I'm like, no, this isn't. I want it to be, okay? I do. But it's not real. None of this is real. Listen, I like look at Mickey and I'm like, you can't try to play both sides of this, okay? Either you're dead and I'm responsible, or you're alive and everything's fine. You can't play it both ways.
I think they all just kind of look at you, and then I think the scene just kind of vanishes.
And I almost like gasp, like with shock, just like,
yeah. And I think you start falling.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think we kind of like we don't have to you don't have to roll for this one, but I think the same kind of situation happens where now you're skydiving. And remember that didn't happen in 2015.
It didn't. We didn't do it until like 2018.
Okay, shoot. Let's pretend that we did. Okay, so here,
it's an alternate universe. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're skydiving, and like you see Connor and Mickey like on either side of you, and they're skydiving, and you don't have like a tandem person. It's just you guys this time.
Yeah.
And like you all pull your chutes, kind of a thing, and Connor and Mickey like come close to you with their parachutes, so they're like pulling the cords towards you, and are just like, "Wow, this is so much fun!" Like, oh man. This is one of the best things you've ever done. Wow, I'm so excited. And
I think I just say, "Oh, my crotch." That's one of the main things I remember from skydiving is when the parachute goes up, it's just like the whole harness just.
Nice.
Yep.
TMI, Caleb. TMI. And I think Mickey's like, I'm free tomorrow too. What are you guys gonna do tomorrow? And just the same kind of a thing is like, everything's fine. We're just skydiving, just like the good old times.
Yeah, and I frown immediately when she says, like, what do we want to do tomorrow? And I was like, tomorrow? And like, I think there's part of my brain that's like, knows like in real life, there is no tomorrow for me. Like I can't even imagine a tomorrow. And so her saying that is just like, that doesn't make any sense. And I just look at her and I say, tomorrow? And then I think
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think in that moment, like, so we're on this mission, right? I technically have a wife and an adopted child back in like Nebraska, right? Yep. I think I think about that and I'm just like, I want there to be a tomorrow. Because for that reason. And I'm just like kind of going inward for a minute. That's
so do you like close your eyes kind of a thing? And like,
yeah, I think so.
You see Maddie and Annie and
Annabelle.
And you get that moment of like, you see them in your head, but not in the dream sequence. And I think for a second you hear like shouts and like the sound of the facility. And like you imagine that when you open your eyes, you're going to see it because you hear it. But then when you open your eyes, you're just standing at that graveyard again. And Mickey is lying on the ground above that open, not open grave, but like the empty gravestone where the words just disappeared. Yeah. She's standing in front of you on top of that gravestone. And she's just like, so you can accept everything else, but the fact that I'm dead and it's your fault, huh?
I look at her.
You can accept the reality, but not who's to blame.
Who are you?
I'm Mickey.
No, Mickey's dead. And we don't believe in ghosts. This is just me. So why do I feel guilty?
And her smile kind of fades. And it's like she isn't Mickey now. Yeah. It's like your mind has recognized that, but she's just wearing the face of Mickey. And she just says, you feel guilty because you know you're to blame.
How? I wasn't there. I didn't even know it was happening. I was trying to save people that I knew were in front of me and needed help. Mickey would have. And I just stopped.
I think she says, but I think you understand that you're the leader. And so whatever happens, it's on you. That's the thing you're still not getting. You're refusing to accept the responsibility as a leader. That's why you're having such a hard time leading. That's why you're down in this basement by yourself.
Am I even leading? Listen, maybe in my messed up psyche, I'm pretending I am. What have I actually done to lead any of this?
And I think she says, so are you the leader or not? Because if you're not the leader, then maybe somebody should know that they're on their own.
Who? Connor?
And she
Jared?
points up, and you appear on the battlefield. And you see everybody in the fight of their lives.
Yeah.
And you see everybody like all the NPCs, like in a life or death situation. Like if they take one step that way, they're dead. this person, the bullet is like somebody shooting at them, and the concrete that they're hiding behind is like about to be like broken through. Their cover's about to be destroyed. There's a helicopter about to bomb Josh in the tank, and Adam's on the ground being punched by a German soldier, and he's about to die, and Gabby's screaming, and Lynn has her arm chopped off, and Becky's throat is about to be slit, and this is
my imagination. This is my imagination, guys. I don't know if this is actually happening.
All these things are happening, and she's just like, "This was your plan. So if you're not the leader, then somebody should have told them they had a choice." And I think we cut from there. I'll let you kind of think about what your response will be. We cut from there, Jared. So I think we see you on the other side of the nuke. Like you've walked out of the flames, and Charlie's brushing off his hat again. There's some embers on there. And there's like one little hole that forms in his hat, and he's like, "Oh, man, you ruined my hat." And he's like, "Oh wait, it's a dream." And he like looks at it and focuses, and like the hat just like repairs itself, and it gives like an audible like bubble popping sound. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, "Aha!" And he puts it back on his head. And he looks at you, and he's like, "So, where to next?"
Same way as always, forward.
Okay. And he's like, "So what's forward exactly?"
Hopefully me coming down.
Oh, like coming down from the drugs. I see. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "All right, well, off we go." And starts walking forward. And I think the next thing we see, Jared, is the cabin. You guys see like the woods, and you guys start walking in the woods, and you see the cabin where David is executing a bunch of people. And we see Helen screaming, and Lynn snapping necks, and Liz slitting throats. And we see just like a mess of violence. And I think Charlie's like, oh my. And he's like, "And I thought you guys were supposed to be the heroes or something." And he's like, "So what did you do to stop them?" You stopped them, right?
That was so long ago. I think I just failed the roll, right?
No, you tried to get Helen out of there. Remember, you like dragged Helen away?
I thought I tried to grab Liz too.
Oh, you tried to grab Liz too, but you failed that roll.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just remembering what went down. That was a long time ago.
Yep.
Well, I guess ultimately I did nothing. I tried to get Helen out of there, but and Liz, but that didn't amount to much.
Yeah, I think Charlie's just like, "So are we just seeing all these things that you feel guilty about?"
It would seem. We're going through my greatest hits.
I think he's just like, "Are you... do you feel responsible for any of these things? Like,
about nuking the city, Mickey dying, Connor on the edge of insanity potentially, all the people on the train."
I think as you say that, we like start panning to all of those things. Mm-hmm. And Charlie's just like watching it like eyes wide.
And he's saying it in like a completely just like monotone, like 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Yep. I'd say most of those are my fault. It is kind of hard to feel bad for cannibals, but that wasn't handled correctly.
Yeah, he just kind of walks over and like puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, and all your clothes burned off, right? And so
they're naked.
No, you're not naked, but like we see all your scarred like body, mm-hmm. And I think Charlie is just like, there's not much left here. I think maybe it's time for you to follow your sense of morality and let murderers die.
Do we flash to David?
Yes.
Like actually?
Yes. Oh, or no, we need you to roll something first. So no, we can stay here.
Okay.
Yeah. What does this look like, Jared? What's going through Jared's head?
I mean, yeah, it's flashing through his greatest hits, everything he's messed up. The nuke, the train, Mickey, the cannibals. Probably not so much the cannibals.
Okay, sure. So we cut away from that one.
Yeah.
And you see everything else.
Mm-hmm.
In your head, you probably just like do that. You're probably just like, that was horrible, but that wasn't really my fault. You kind of like justify it away, kind of a thing. You're not justify it away, but like rationalize it. And you're like, and you push that one away, even though your subconscious is trying to throw that at you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you kind of see everything else. You see Mickey dying, and you see David like pulling you away, all that stuff, and you see Connor like crying in bed and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And do you and Charlie says that to you, right? He says it's time to let murderers die. Do you understand what he means by that?
Me or game me?
Game you. And you.
No.
You don't understand either? No?
I don't know. I mean, I have an idea, but
I think I think maybe Jared doesn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And like what does Jared say or do? Because he doesn't understand what he means. Does he ask about it or just like shrug it off?
What do you mean?
Like, do you ask Charlie what he means?
Oh yeah,
you don't understand.
He said that in character.
Yeah, that was
yeah. Okay.
That was not me. Character me.
Oh, okay. I was still confused. I got it. Okay, so yeah,
it's
Charlie's
like
just
our characters and us have the same name.
Charlie says, well, you have a very strong sense of morality. I can feel it up here. And he says, I feel like his voice is just slowly changing.
Jeremy doesn't quite remember his accent.
Yeah.
He keeps doing a bunch of different accents. Was it British or Scottish?
And he remembers. And Carly was like, I think that you I could feel it up here that you have a very strong sense of morality, and you think that those responsible for murder should die. And he kind of points at you, and he's like, you're kind of responsible for murder.
Mm-hmm.
You nuked the whole city. You could have saved Mickey here. And he like pans over and like, as almost like he's like showing you what's happening.
I'm curious, in his psyche, does it show me pulling him to the side? Or is his mind not? Okay.
Oh, I guess that's a question for Jared.
Yeah. Because I mean, in actuality, I pulled you out of the way, but I don't know if that's how your brain remembers it.
I don't. I feel like I remember you pulling me, but I still take responsibility for going with it.
Like in your mind, David's pulling, nothing's happening, then you move.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you had enough footing that you could have pressed.
I feel like if I had like been 100% determined, I would have. But that is literally what happened. I didn't roll to resist him.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Charlie's kind of showing you all these things and is like, so are you finally going to take responsibility for your actions?
Is that not what I'm trying to do here?
And he's like, well, we're kind of in your head right now. And he like points to all your scars on your body. And he's like, in real life, and he like points at your chest. He says, you can die. And that will be justice. Won't it?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, good. Well, I guess my job is done here then. And he takes off his hat and he like puts it back in your bag. That's like not there on your body. You can't see it, but you can like feel him put it back in your bag. And he like starts walking towards like the edge of the canyon that the train fell into. Actually, no, I think he gets in the head of the train. And he like sits down as like the train conductor. He puts on a train conductor hat, and he like pulls the like thing to make the horn of the train go. And he says, "Now that you realize that you just have to die, I think my job here is done." And he's like, "Any last questions?"
This whole thing was kind of pointless because I knew that I knew this from the very beginning of this mission.
And he's like,
word that better.
He's like, "Oh, you were planning on dying anyway?"
I mean, I have a stump that says one-way trip.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Very interesting. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I think Charlie's just like, "Oh, wow. Well, thanks for wasting my time."
And then we get the and Caleb and I wake up.
No. No, what else is going through Jared's head here? Does he actually just say that? Like, yeah, I already knew I was going to die here. Like, that was my plan.
Well, I wouldn't say plan, but he fully
kind of felt it.
Yeah. Like, this is the end of the road.
So this is kind of Jared acknowledging that. Like this was what was going to happen. Yeah, and I think Charlie is like, "Yep, well, I got to tell you, dying is kind of hard. But if you're looking the wrong way," and he's like facing away from the canyon, he says, "it's a lot easier just to fall." And he like pulls the train horn again, and the entire train just goes overboard and he falls into the canyon. And then I think we're going to cut from you, Jared, back to you, David. So, David, you open up the door again, and you just kind of run after him. How does this look?
I assume there's a blood trail, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Right,
absolutely.
He just kind of like angry walks because he knows where he is. He doesn't have to worry about getting there fast.
You know his wounds, and you're like, he's done for.
Yeah. So he just like stalks after him. I don't know if I can see him or not, but when I go out.
No, yeah, you can't. It kind of like falls down a hallway kind of a thing. Like and it like turns a corner or whatever. And then goes into a door to like a big facility room.
Oh yeah, then I'll go in and I'll just open that door. He just walks up to it and he's just with his gun in his hand, pushes the button.
Okay, yeah. So you walk in and you see Luke like towards the other end of this room, and it's like probably like 100 feet or so down to the other edge of the wall, and he's like crawling up towards a pedestal with like a big like garage kind of pull up door.
Okay.
And he's like trying to crawl up to the pedestal to like press this button.
All right. Can I shoot the button?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's just an overcome roll, I assume.
No, you just shoot it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just shoot it. You shoot the button, and he like turns around and looks at you, and he's like, "No!" And like opens up like the panel underneath it, and like grabs some wires and starts messing with it.
Okay.
Do you say anything as you're approaching him?
Not yet. But I mean, if he's like standing up and messing with something, I'm gonna try and blow his knees out.
He wasn't standing, and now he definitely is. And yeah, you blow his knees out 100%. Yeah.
I imagine he like climbed up onto the pedestal and was like messing with something.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Well, but you did say it was, but whatever. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Yeah. So he tried to press a button, he didn't. I meant that he was on the ground climbing up to it.
Yeah, I realize that now. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say he got to his feet and like it opens up the panel and you just shoot out one knee and he goes down and he like still reaches for like the wires after he screams, and his scream is like a half laugh, like it's a scream and then it's like a like a joy like in his voice, like he's hysteria, and like he's trying to pretend like everything is fine, like nothing is wrong, everything is still according to plan.
He's literally the meme, the dog in the fiery room.
Yeah. Yes. And you shoot out his other knee, and he just kind of like collapses. He like had put some wires together, whatever, and then just kind of like falls over. And you just kind of walk up to him.
Yeah. So I put my guns in my holsters, and I walk over to him and I want to like grab him by the collar and like heave him onto the pedestal.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I want to tear his gas mask off.
Okay.
And if it's okay with you, I don't want to see his face. Just for an idea I have later.
Okay. It's like you don't look at his face.
No, like David does, but I don't want the camera to see his face.
Oh, sure, that's fine. Yeah.
And also for a rating, probably. So,
okay.
I think he just stares for a second.
Okay, and then before that happens, you hear somebody behind you.
Mm-hmm.
David?
Yeah, and I think he's just staring into Luke's face with like something is wrong with his face, and he just starts he starts to like yell, but it kind of starts out low, and then he gets louder, and he just starts punching Luke in the face over and over again, and he just gets louder as he punches.
Liz behind you.
Yeah.
Liz behind you is also just like, David, what are you? David, stop! What are you doing?
He can't hear it. Oh, yeah, he just gets louder. He just keeps wailing on him, and
just like drowning out the sound. I think we get like that ringing in your ear kind of sound as the you're screaming and the pounding kind of like fades out, and all we hear is like a thump each time you punch.
Yep. And then I think we see like from behind the pedestal, so we just see like the back of Luke's head with like David over him, and then he pulls his hand back and his like you can see the bone on his knuckles. And if you want me to take the consequence, I will, but I want to have basically just like beaten my hand raw, just punching him until his face is mush, basically. And obviously that would destroy my hand. So, so I think he like pulls his hand away, and it's just pouring blood out of, covered in gore, but just pouring blood. And you can see the knuckles and the bone. And then he like lets go with his other hand, and then Luke's body slumps to the floor. And he just like falls to his knees and starts crying.
David does.
Mm-hmm, yeah. I assume, Luke is very dead. His face is not PG-13 anymore.
Okay, yeah. We kind of just see like some like his face is like outside of the camera view, but we see like blood trickling into the camera shot, like down to his body.
Right.
And you hadn't realized, but Liz had grabbed onto you as she was screaming. Mm-hmm. And you like see her hands below you now, like grabbing at your torso. And you just kind of collapse to the ground and are crying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like he like slumps to his knees and just it's like freaking out about something. And just wailing, basically.
Yeah. I think we cut there. Mm-hmm. Holy crap. That was awesome. That was excellent. Better than I hoped. That's good. You exceeded my expectations, David. Brilliant. Caleb, we'll jump back over to you. Actually, no, Jared, we're going to jump back over to you, actually.
Alrighty.
No. We're still going to jump back over to Caleb. I'm sorry. I had to plan all this out in my head. Caleb, we'll jump back over to you.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with you last?
Basically, Mickey gave me a whole speech about like, are you the leader or are you not? Like, are
you
taking responsibility for this or are you not? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say to that?
I think I say
kind of overlooking the battlefield still.
Yeah. I think I say ever since all of this started, I have constantly dealt with demons. I said I didn't believe in ghosts before, but that's wrong. Ghosts have haunted me for 11 years now. I have always wanted to be a leader. I've always envisioned myself at the head of a community of people that I love and who love me. And together we would change the world. That's what I've always wanted. More than anything. But I suck at it. I get it. I suck. You can't just declare yourself a leader because you're an extrovert. And I'm sorry, okay? Is that what you want me to say? I'm sorry all this happened. I'm sorry that I wasn't good enough to stop it from happening. But looking back on it now, I can tell you one thing. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't made those mistakes. If I hadn't tried to build something that was beyond me. This carnage is at the end of a long road of mistakes, of sins even. But I wouldn't change anything. Because the person I am right now is strong enough to do what's right. Not because I got it right every time. Not because I made the right decision every time, but because I made the wrong one. And now I'm here. Yes, there's blood on my hands. Yes, I killed people I shouldn't have, and I let others live that I should have killed. But I can't change any of that. And it was by failing in those areas that I can actually see what I'm supposed to do now. Is that what you want? You're muted.
Mickey says, and what's that? Or not Mickey, I suppose I should say.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do now?
And I frown. And honestly, I want to workshop this with you, Connor. So
yeah.
the thought I just had was that I just go up back to the battle and lead everyone.
Oh, 100% if that's what you want to do. Oh, yeah.
But I'm trying to...
This is what I'm trying to figure out right now is Caleb's always been this leader.
Yeah.
And then his plan was for everybody to lead themselves. And he went down to the basement by himself to finish the mission, but without the rest of the army. Everybody gathered this big army, and it was like Caleb didn't want to be a leader. He went in to find Matthew all by himself. And it was like he was trying to be this lone wolf leader. And it's like, even then, when you went down into the basement here, you parted ways with Jared and David, and we're just with Helen and Clarence.
I mean,
it's like Caleb subconsciously is trying to be alone.
So I figured it out, though. I'm not going to do that. So that's my first inclination. Like in my mind, I look at this and I'm like, is that what I'm supposed to do? Should I go back? And then
how about we get a shot of like you looking out across the battlefield. Yeah. And you kind of like taking a step forward and like reaching out, like you're gonna like do something, and you like open your mouth to call out.
And then I see Connor, and I see Connor leading them instead.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the moment where I'm like, wait a second here. I'm not alone in this, and I knew that, and that's what I've been working on this whole time. Right? Is that yes, I'm the leader, right? That's the role that I've been put in here. But I am a leader among leaders, right? Like the people in the battle, like just the random people, yes, we're in charge and we lead them. I lead them. But Connor, David, and Jared, we're all the leaders together. And it's literally like the whole like plurality of elders sort of thing, right? Yeah. Exactly. Where it's just like
all the power doesn't belong to one man.
It never does, right? And it's never supposed to. It's always supposed to be an accountability shared by people who are in charge, but who keep each other accountable. And in that moment, I'm like, this is Connor's job, and he's doing it well. I don't need to try to take charge of everything. What I need to do is I need to go get David, go get Jared, go get the doctors, and we each need to do our job right now. But I need to do it without all of this second guessing myself, right? I need to do it finally just letting go of the guilt, the past mistakes and whatnot, all of that stuff that's behind me, and realize two things. One, I am a leader, and two, I'm not alone.
So we get that scene where you like hesitate. What does Caleb actually say? Or do we get this like realization moment and it's just not spoken?
So we see Connor, right? And that's part of the, like, cinematically, we I think it's framed in such a way that we get what Caleb was about to do, and then what he decides against, because he realizes, okay, Connor is leading them. Like, so this scene I'm seeing in my head, right? Like the carnage and stuff. I think it maybe starts to get less like, oh, they're all in trouble, and more like they're all banding together to actually do this.
I think like we see Connor like taking charge and being like, Emily, go tourniquet Lynn's arm, and sends that person to go, sends Mr. Lang to go help Josh, and
exactly,
whatever, or Mr. Lang to go help Adam, and he like cuts the throat of the person that was punching Adam, and like Adam gets up, grabs a rocket launcher, and like shoots the helicopter out of the sky that was going after Josh, and like everybody comes together, and all these things like work out and get fixed.
Exactly. And then I look at not Mickey, and I say, I'm a leader, but I'm not the only one. And then I just step out of the dream and into reality.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, get it, boy. Get it. Okay. Yeah. So I think we see that where you like take a a step forward, or you like turn around, I think, and you see. I mean, you think of this place as an elevator entrance, right? Like you get to this place through the elevator, right?
Sure.
So I think you see an elevator door open.
Yep.
And like you step into it.
Yep.
Or don't step into it. The elevator door opens and you see the facility, you see the hallway,
yep.
and you can hear it, and you like take steps forward. And I think not Mickey behind you, like
does she become Helen? Maybe?
No.
Okay.
I think she steps forward, and she doesn't step forward. She just stays there. And I think like you feel her calling your attention behind you, and you like turn around and look at her, and she just says, "Do you want to say anything to Mickey? Like, do you want me to send her a message?"
And I'm looking back. I'm like, this isn't real. Like none of this is real. And
right.
And I just kind of smile and I say, "I'll tell her myself when this is all over."
And she smiles. And you step back into the facility, and we cut before you like get out. You step into it. We don't see what happens then.
Yep. And
then we see Jared. Jared. So Charlie has just fallen off a cliff to his death in the train. But
Caleb's dream was crazy.
Yeah. Jared? What are you thinking? Are you thinking of like jumping off the cliff with him to kind of give yourself a jump out of the dream?
Yeah.
What do they call it in Inception? A kick? Yeah, you need a kick.
That's not. I just like walk down the train tracks and hop in after him.
How does it look like when you're jumping in? Do you like do the whole arms out thing and like fall forward? Is it dramatic, or is it quite literally just like a all right? And
I'm literally just walking down the train tracks with my hands in my pocket and just.
And you suddenly just have pants again.
Yeah. We need to keep our rating.
Yeah. So you're just gonna walk
off. Yeah.
So before you do that, you hear someone's voice behind you. You're just gonna give up, huh?
Was that Lynn?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Lynn only have one arm?
No. There's Caleb's dream. Caleb's dream, not Jared's.
I don't know if I'd call it giving up, but
do you turn around, or are you just talking to her behind you?
Yeah, no, I'm just like, I don't want. He doesn't want to look.
Yeah, so I think the shot is like you're about to walk off, and we have a close up on your face, and then we like pan over your shoulder, and we see Lynn, and she says that, and you say, "I don't call it giving up," and she says, "What do you call suicide then?"
I'd prefer, martyrdom, but
yeah, I think you would prefer martyrdom, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's just not. He's not turning around. And
do you think you're being selfless right now? Jumping off a cliff to your death?
Yeah, he doesn't answer.
I love the scene. Okay. Yeah. I think Lynn starts taking some steps forward, like slowly walking towards you. You can just kind of hear her. And she says, "Jared, for some reason, I feel like the whole time I've known you, all you've wanted to do is die. Every time a bullet flies in the air, you're in the way." Sometimes I think you wish you didn't have those shields. And like the shields are like strapped to your back. And then I think, they're not strapped to your back. I think they're on your arms all of a sudden. And they just like slide off into the trench. And she says,
I think we should cut to the scene after the Charlie fiasco where David shoots me in the stomach and I don't have the shields on. Where I dive in front of the bullet. When I dive in front of the bullet, when it's just my flesh.
Oh, at the very beginning of the game?
Yeah, when David like shoots me twice.
So we cut to that, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So at this time, just Lynn is there, not Charlie. Mm-hmm. Are you being shot or are you seeing it?
Yeah, I'm seeing it from the train tracks, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how.
Is it like? It's like it's across the canyon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and so your shields fall into the canyon. You look over and see that, and you don't have your shields on. You get shot in the stomach, and Lynn's just like, "Huh? Yeah, I guess even then you didn't want the shields, did you?" And she says, "I think you've always wanted to think that it's a selfless act to step in front of a bullet." And then she like has a shield in her hand. And she like hands it to you, Jared, and she says, "Dying isn't selfless." Does Jared just jump? No, straight up. You know this is a dream. You know that Lynn isn't real. But can you separate yourself emotionally from Lynn and what she's saying and just jump anyway? Like, is Jared torn right now? Does he think that Lynn's right?
I'm conflicted because I don't know which way I want to take it.
I know, I don't either.
I mean, there's a verse for that.
There's what?
I said there's a verse for that.
Do you quote Paul?
As I say, no greater love has a man that laid down his life for the rest of the verse, which is escaping me now. But
laid down his life for the sake of his friends.
There you go. I was just, that could be something that he thinks of. It depends on his motivation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that verse quite fits it because he's not doing it completely selfless. It's not completely out of selflessness.
So maybe Jared says it anyway, but Lynn knows you don't really mean it.
Right. Yeah.
And before she's like, I can see that she doesn't take it and she's gonna say something, but before she does, I'm a straight up murderer by my own morality. I shouldn't be here.
And she says, by your own morality, I shouldn't be here. And yet you gave me a second chance. Do you remember what you said to me? You remember the first word you ever said to me?
Do I?
I think you should. The first word you would have said to her was at the beginning of a combat.
It starts with an R.
Oh yeah. Repent, yeah. Yeah.
And she smiles and she says, repent. And she like proffers the shield back up to you and she says, you gave me a second chance. So if you're going to kill yourself, you might as well take me with you. And I know you don't want that. And she smiles.
I don't know how cheesy I want to be.
But okay,
Dream,
so
no one else knows.
yeah, it's a dream, and this is Jared who knows he's in his own head, right? Like,
yeah,
you could be as cheesy as you want.
I know he just plants one on her, grabs the shield, and jumps off the edge.
Yeah. And do you like grab the shield and like land on the ground with your shield? Like you hit the ground with your shield?
I mean, sure, it's dream world. I punch it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, for real. Yeah. You punch through it with your shield, and it takes the blow for you, and you fall onto the floor of the facility. Right.
Did I end up moving at all, or am I just in the fetal position where I was?
No, you're definitely in a different place, but we'll come back to you. So before we cut back over to David, actually no, we'll cut back over to you, David. What are you, have you recovered, or are you just still on the ground? What's going on?
I mean, we'll say I'm still on the ground because I think Liz hasn't had a chance to like pull him out. I mean, like we can watch that happen.
Yeah. So I think Liz is just like, David, are you okay?
Yeah, I think he like looks over and he's, Liz, how did you get here?
She's like, don't be mad at me. I just followed you.
You're crazy. Yeah, I think he just like ruffles her hair.
With like your bone bruised hand.
Yeah, well maybe he like goes to do it, stops, and then pulls his hand back.
Oh, that's such a good shot. Oh wow. Yeah, I think I like Liz like just like looks at your hand and just like starts crying herself, like, but silently. Just a couple of tears just go down her face. Like she's just like so sad that you didn't ruffle her hair.
Yeah. So with his other hand, he like, puts his hand on her cheek like to wipe her tear away. He says, "We don't have time for that. We have to keep moving." Like he stands up like like he's been injured severely, even though he hasn't been.
Yeah. And I think Liz like goes over and helps you as you kind of stumble up. Although she's not much help, but she still just like throws herself under your arm. And she like turns around, and I think what happens is we see Jared wander in.
Mm-hmm.
And Jared, you don't have your shields, but you do have your sword, right? So I think actually I should have given you this moment earlier. I think when you do land on the floor, right, you don't have your shield, and we have that moment of like, okay, but I'm supposed to protect myself now, but I don't have my shield. You just have your sword. So I think we get that moment of like you holding your sword in your hand in front of you, like a shield, right? Like I can defend myself with this. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think we just kind of see you walk in with your katana.
Yeah, I'm probably like woozy and just stumbling in.
Okay, yeah. So you woozy stumble in, and you see Liz and David, and then over on the floor you see a dismembered body.
He's mostly in one piece.
Dismembered. What did you do?
Well, his arms and legs are there, but
remember when I said the end of God of War where you killed Zeus?
Yeah.
And you just push the button until the screen turns red? That was what I was referring to. Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, well, that's one of them.
And then Caleb, when you walk in and you're back into the facility, Helen and Clarence aren't there. But you do see a trail of blood.
Okay.
Going into a room in front of you.
All right, here I go.
So I'm sure you're kind of like, is it Helen? Is it Clarence? And like walk in, or do you run in?
So this is the thing. I feel like I probably don't freak out, right? I feel like I'm in control of myself enough at this point after coming out of this that I'm just like, all right, here we go. Like, I'm gonna find them, and I'm gonna kill whoever is taking them, but I'm not gonna like break down again over this.
So you walk in, and you see the same thing. You see Jared there sitting there with his katana. I'm assuming you like kind of drop it now, not drop it to the ground, but like drop your stance and are looking at Luke's dead body. And Caleb, you see this as well.
Fun, good stuff.
Yeah, like both of you guys get closer. You can see the gas mask on the ground. Mm-hmm. Like you can see his. You can tell it's Luke's body, but his face is unrecognizable.
I've probably taken off my pink gas mask just for the sake of the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I say anything particularly at the beginning.
I put the consequence in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
just like look up you guys. I have like my revolver in my hand.
Yeah. Where are Clarence and Helen?
I'm like, I don't know. Trail of blood. We'll find him.
I point to the dead body.
Well, I lost them. Luke's gas. It got me. But we're going to find them. I look at David at that point. And like, I just kind of give him a look like, was that worth it?
Yeah, he just looks kind of distant. It's like we just need to keep moving.
Yep. Let's go. And I like
the door shuts.
Oh, so I turn like, Matthew?
Hello, Caleb. You hear over like the PA speaker.
Is it Matthew's voice?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad I guessed that right.
It seems you have all found your way in. And I see that Luke is dead. And I think you see like a light turn on up on the wall. And you see Matthew like through like glass on the wall. And he's kind of like looking down into the room.
Yeah.
And he starts to say something to you. That's very interesting. He says, I see that you're not above murdering yourself. And he looks at you, Jared, and he says, and I see that you've become a hypocrite.
Does anyone have anything else to say before?
Shooted the glass. Does it break?
No.
Okay.
It did
I've
not.
been a hypocrite for a long time.
Yeah, it's like very hardened bulletproof glass, like
right.
an interrogation room.
Right.
And he also looks at you, Caleb, and he says, "Is this where you've led them to?"
What do you mean? Led them to the heart of your base to destroy your plans? Yes, I've led them here.
The murder. Like any one of us.
Matthew, I really do not care what your thoughts are on our morality right now. Are you going to fight us or what?
He smiles and he says, always looking to fight. I'm just here to talk.
Just looking to end things.
And Matthew is going to make a roll here to deceive.
Okay.
And
so
what he says
against each other.
What he says is, Caleb, do you know who's really responsible for your sister-in-law's death?
You?
He shakes his head and he says, I was there. I saw you, David, as you stopped Jared. I saw as you let her die.
There was an awful lot of time between that and her dying. A lot of time in a tank shell, which I don't recall shooting.
And he is going to roll deceive to attack you guys mentally.
Yeah.
Is it all? Would it be all of us? Or would
it sounds like I feel like we need to go into.
Yeah, no. It should be
initiative.
We will. So this is the first roll here.
Because I feel like that would only be an attack on Caleb. Because David and I both already know what happened.
Right. So this is an attack against you, Caleb.
Okay.
Jeez.
Nice.
You got a -2 to that roll. It's an 8 + 4.
So what he's trying to do here is to convince you that he saw the truth and he saw what happened, and David and Jared let Mickey die.
Man, I just I'm struggling to
and I should post his stunt in here called A Little Birdie Told Me.
I'm struggling to think of any scenario in which I believe him at this point. Like, I feel like he's going to have to say something else besides that for me to actually listen to even a word of what he's saying.
You mean to believe
really
that I was the reason that happened? Or
yeah, like, well, I just don't care, right? Like, it's so obvious that he's trying to split us apart. Like, I feel like there'd have to be something more with this.
Then David having brutally murdered Luke in the room and him suggesting to you that
not after I just had like the biggest epiphany of my entire life, right? Like,
okay, yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you can't make the roll. I'm just saying, like, I don't think what he said so far could actually deceive me.
Okay. Well, he's attacking you, right?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
So this isn't an overcome. This is an attack.
You're right.
So you have to defend with.
Okay.
Probably will, unless you can think of a different way.
Actually, I'm curious what kind of skills can be used to defend. There's like just some
possibly
skills.
Empathy.
Well, there's a list, and certain skills can only do certain things. Okay, it can.
Can I defend with empathy? I feel like that makes sense against deceive, right?
You can defend with like a lot of stuff. It's really weird. You can defend with contact.
That makes sense.
Defendable skill.
Yeah, let me actually look at the actual skill itself and what
is a defendable skill. I don't know how that works.
I mean, it lists them in the actual results for them. It like tells you what. This is the skill to go in order to defend against deceive actions. Yeah, that's right, boy. Empathy.
Yep.
That makes sense.
All right, roll.
What do you defend with all these other things? I gotta figure this out.
All right, I don't actually have any stunts that give me bonuses on this, but I have a good roll.
I could look at a 10.
I got a 6.
Holy cow. You got a +3 to your roll.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna use both of my both of the invocations on this means something. right? I'm just like what I just figured out everything. Like there's no way you're breaking me at this point.
Yep. So then we're gonna go in turn order here. So
So it'd be David.
David,
next.
you have a forward notice?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll
it's
just
fine.
say
He initiated the combat.
Yeah, we'll just say surprise round. Yeah. Go ahead and make an action here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the so just for, I mean, you can do it however you want, but just so we're all on the same page. Deceive technically can't be used to attack. You have to use provoke to attack with mental stuff, and you have to use will to defend.
Really?
The other things defend against so empathy is used to defend against deceive as an overcome, but not in combat. But I mean, honestly, you can do whatever you want. We already.
Yeah, we'll just say for this specific instance, you can. Yeah, the next time we play Fate, we won't do this.
It's more dramatic to allow that anyways. So
yeah.
What am I doing? It's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to search. I'm bad. I can't have a bad investigate though. I saw Luke use like a key card on something, right? Or something. No, he just pushed buttons.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he was just pushing buttons.
I mean, I'd like to see if I can find something like a key card, because I assume that the door that is locked or that closed on us, I assume it has some kind of authentication panel, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Why don't you make a notice roll to see what you find? Right? Like,
yeah. I got a 4.
I think what you find is a hand identification. Right? So like like a palm, what's it called? Like a handprint.
Right. Okay. Okay. I don't have a knife anymore. It's disappointing.
Have a sword.
Do you just drag Luke's body over?
I mean,
please say yes.
If Jared will give me his sword, I'll do that. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'll look at Jared, like toss me one of those, and then I mean, I made a roll, so I probably have to wait till next turn. But
okay, yeah. So Caleb, your turn then.
Right. Let's see here. I'll make a report just so he'll go on our side.
The ob is 32.
There is no ob. It's just impossible.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. What do you guys think? David, Jared, what should I do here? Like, I could talk at him, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're wasting time doing anything with him except killing him, which we can't do in this room. So, I mean,
should I, like, you figured out the hand thing. Should I help you with that? Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a weird narrative.
You have your machete, don't you?
Come over. Oh, yeah, that's true.
I do. Yeah, actually. Yeah, do you want me to just come over and cut the hand off?
So maybe instead
roll fight to cut off the hand without, like...
Oh, no.
You
destroying it.
Just cut low enough. We don't need the...
I know what you're saying, though. This is all part of, like, a skill challenge. This is all about quickness and, like...
Yeah.
Even if you mess up, he's got a second hand.
Exactly.
Well, I'll help you because I have +1 fight. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Difficulty 4.
Initiative order.
Heck, difficulty 3.
Okay, can I get a bonus from Jared then?
Just overcome. No, he's just not near you.
Oh, okay.
He can do something on his turn.
Boom.
Yeah,
4.
There you go. You cut off his hand. Now you have it.
Yeah, and I just think I just ignore him at that point, right? I'm just ignoring Matthew.
Yep. Jared, what are you doing?
We throw the hand to Jared so he can open the door.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I think we do, right? That makes sense.
Okay, you toss the hand to Jared, and Jared, you put it on the thing. Roll probably some sort of like use device skill. What would this be?
It'd be lore.
Probably lore, yeah.
Yep.
That's.
I mean, I feel like this can't be that hard.
Difficulty 5.
How?
I tossed the hand back.
Wait.
I am going to attack the PA system.
Time out. How is it difficult?
Well, Jared isn't trying it. Otherwise, I'd tell you why it's difficult.
No, I'm not even trying it.
Okay.
I'll trust you.
I tossed the hand back to Caleb. I'm like, yeah, you do it. I attack the PA system.
Yeah, so we could just say we don't toss the hand at all, right? It's just,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Jared just walks over and.
So Jared, the PA system is like up in the ceiling. So you like grab a ladder or something.
I'm not sure if there's a ladder.
So make like a notice roll to find something to get you up high to destroy the PA system. I love that idea. That's exactly what I expected you guys to do.
I didn't think about that. I just assumed they were like built into the wall or something.
Oh, I only got a 2.
Yeah, so you don't see anything. So you'll have to make another roll next time around to like try to athletics your way up.
Yeah.
Or you could spend a fate point to declare
if I had
something.
known that was an option, I would have just done that.
But David, did you use your fate point? Oh, you did. I remember. Okay, so then it is Matthew's turn. David, Matthew is going to tell you, he's going to attack you with his deceive roll.
Okay.
He says, did revenge feel good, David? I know all about how Luke was the one that designed the radiation sickness. I was sure that eventually you'd find out and blame him. But it's funny that you never blamed Connor, or Caleb, or even Jared. The people around you who waited before focusing on the serum. If they had been faster, if they had focused on saving your wife, Ruth, was it? Then maybe she would be standing here still. Instead, you prioritized what? Helping a bunch of civilians in Bloomington? And they all ended up dying anyway. What a wasted effort. How pointless. Your wife died for nothing.
So, well, okay. I've had a piece of backstory tucked away that I think would make that an empty statement.
Oh, okay.
So if you'd like, if you're okay with it, I can just have him respond with that instead. Because I mean, because with that piece of information, like he wouldn't, that wouldn't pan out. Like, because
okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you can tell me if I get to the end of it and you don't think it makes sense, then
why don't you roll in defense first? Because if it just attacks stress, then it doesn't matter.
I don't think it can. Well, no, if I roll really well, maybe. We'll see. 6. So no, I would take I'd have to take a mild consequence. Or no, I would have to, I would have to take my severe.
So my thought with this would be, what he's saying is obviously not true, but it's annoying. It's just it makes you angry. You're still growing frantic.
Right. Well, so okay.
Does that make sense or no?
Yeah. So the reason it's not true isn't because like we weren't fast enough or whatever. Like that's not. Well, do you want me to?
Yeah. Why don't you do it in character? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and just say it?
Yeah, so he I guess he's holding Luke's arm. He looks up. His revenge didn't do anything, and these people aren't to blame for any of it. That cure worked just fine. It wasn't a question of time or anything, but when I came back, they gave it to her. She woke up. She looked at me and she told me she didn't know who I was. It wasn't amnesia, nothing like that. She just didn't recognize the person behind my eyes. She asked me what I'd done. I told her I did whatever I had to do. And she cried, and that night she went back to being unresponsive. And the next morning she was dead. There's only one person I can blame. That's me. I hoped it was Luke, but it didn't matter how many times I hit his face. I just saw my own. So no, I don't blame anybody but myself.
The attack is just negated. Nothing happens.
Now Matthew starts crying.
Oh my gosh.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I think David should roll to attack Matthew with it.
No,
I wouldn't. No,
I mean, you could on your turn here.
I wouldn't do anything. I might provoke.
Plus 12.
Oh my gosh, that is so sad.
Ugh.
How long have you been holding on to that backstory?
Since I think basically since I started thinking about it when we found out Luke was the one that did the thing, because I knew that I wanted to have revenge on Luke, but then it sort of grew into that.
Oh man.
And then I just hand the hand to Caleb.
Okay. On your turn, that's what you're doing?
I give you like a really...
No, I just narratively. I mean...
Like a look of pity crosses over my face, and I look at you, and then I grab the hand.
Yeah, and he's just got a 1,000-yard look like he's somewhere else. But yeah, he just hands you the thing. But I mean, it's his turn. I was just narratively, I was just being like, that's how he ends his statement.
Yeah.
Although it is my turn, right?
Yep, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if there's any way for me to create an advantage for you to open this door. Like, can I walk over to the door and create an advantage notice and see if I can like help him figure out why this is so hard?
Sure. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that it's hard yet, but okay. What's the difficulty for this?
To be honest, it's probably lore though. It's probably not notice. It's probably an understanding of the system.
Probably true. Okay. Oh wait, we said there was a PA. Can I shoot the PA?
Yeah, you can shoot the PA for sure.
Okay. What's the difficulty for that?
I mean, probably a 6.
Oof. Okay.
I think I want to say that there's more than one speaker. So to take out one, it's a 6.
So am I doing damage here? Like, is this an attack?
No, I think if you succeed, you take out one of them. Okay. Let's just say there's one in each corner of the room.
Gotcha. But if it's an attack, then I could technically do enough damage to break both of them, and I'd get my stuns.
No.
Okay. I got a 4. So I mean, I guess I just miss. I don't know.
Oh, really? You rolled bad.
Yeah. Oh, I got a -1. But yeah.
And you don't have any fate points. You could.
I mean, to be fair, I'm shooting a stationary target. I don't really feel like this would be a very difficult shot, especially if I have to spend turns shooting multiple of them.
Yeah, I think you get it. I think that's fine. In my head, I was just thinking of like something besides just like a little speaker, but like it's in the ceiling or in the wall or something like that.
Okay.
So it's like harder to destroy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's up to you. That's originally what I was imagining too, but then it sounded like it wasn't that when Jared was doing it. So that's why I was just like, I'll shoot it.
You can just
that's fine.
Stab up into the ceiling. Yeah, I think
that would be harder, but yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter though. It's fine. Good.
Okay. All right. So you miss. So you shoot into into the ceiling, and it just doesn't shut off.
Right.
So Caleb, your turn.
Okie dokie. So he's shooting a PA system.
Yeah, David was doing that. Mm-hmm. I think the precedent that's set with this base is that it's like very high tech.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll go over to the
your lore is still good.
It's a 1.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be weird.
I know, exactly.
It was like a 6 or something.
Wait,
I said it was a 5.
Caleb?
He said it was a 5. What?
What's your lore?
1. Remember, I changed it all around.
Oh, yep. I didn't know you moved that to 1.
Yep.
Yep.
We're just stuck in this room forever.
Yes, it's gonna be a thing.
I'll still roll it though.
Has 2 fate points. But...
I do, yeah. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and just try to figure out how to work this thing and make a lore roll.
Okay, so what happens is you try to put the handprint on there, but the hand is cold now, and there's blood all over the palm, and so it just gets all over the screen, and it's just not working.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure out another way to do it.
So Jared, your turn.
What's the door made out of?
It's like a thick steel door with like the teeth on the bottom that like go into the floor.
Okay. What would the option be to lift it?
14.
All right. What would the odd be to disintegrate it with acid?
It would require a lore skill, so it's irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how we're getting.
I feel like making the acid would be the lore, not using acid.
Actually, it'd probably be crafts.
But I'm not crafting the acid; it's already there.
Where is it, Jared?
It's everywhere.
No, this is a different room.
It's a different room.
Oh, there's a different room. Okay, I thought we were in. Okay,
no.
I this makes a whole lot more sense now.
And keep in mind, Jared, you have a fate point. You can just decide something.
But I already know what I wanted to use that pay your fate point for. Actually, I don't know, because we're probably not gonna
end of session, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Caleb has a couple.
I'm going to use a fate point to say that Liz escaped the room.
Oh, okay. All right, awesome. Yeah.
She's
I have
on the other side, and she just pushes the button and it opens.
Yeah.
We're seeing like the hands.
So I think Jared, you just like look around and notice that she's just like gone. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, oh, perfect. And you like hear a little bit of knocking on the other side. Like a little Liz like telling you she's on the other side.
Does that mean she missed my reveal?
What's that?
That means she missed my reveal.
Oh, no, we could say that she still heard it up in the rafters or whatever.
Okay.
So Jared, what are you doing then? Just spending that fate point, or?
Yeah. I mean, there's literally nothing.
It doesn't take a turn, right? Does that take a turn to do that? Because you can just do that whenever, right?
I guess, but I don't know. I just don't know what I do. I'm not very useful in this situation.
You could roll athletics to get up top to the PA system.
Well, if we're leaving the room, that doesn't matter, right? Yeah.
True. Yeah.
I mean, you could just move out into the hallway if she opens the door.
Right? She does not open the door. She's just letting you know she's on the other side.
I assume she can push a button, right? Locks from the inside, not the outside, right?
Nothing happens yet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can hold your hands over our ears and give us advantages against his attacks.
Oh yeah. I do that. I just put my hand over my ears so I don't hear anything. Well, to create an advantage, that's a good idea.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's literally nothing else I can do.
I don't know what you'd roll for that, Will, probably.
Will or
It's physique. It's how much can you close out the sound.
No, I don't.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's the same roll regardless.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, what's the ob for covering my ears?
I guess a 2.
Woo! Dude, it's gonna be hilarious when I fail. Just a second. You said Will?
Yes. Dang. All right. All right. You cover your ears with style.
6, man.
Yeah. I get 2 free invokes on that.
Okay, so it's Matthew's turn. I don't know why Matthew keeps going up in turn initiative order. He's now at an 8. I'm not sure why, but okay.
It only makes sense that he attacks me now, right? Because he attacked Caleb and David, and it didn't work.
Like, oh, my turn's coming.
But I don't have a specific thing in mind for you.
Oh.
I suppose he's going to talk to Caleb again. And Caleb, he's just trying to make you to give up hope. He says, why are you acting like everything's under control? Have you seen the battlefield outside? Connor is dead.
He should just make the roll because that will determine whether how convincing he sounds.
Yep.
Well, he got a 12.
Crap.
Okay.
You rolled a 0.
You're just gonna die.
You rolled a 0.
Wow. He rolled a what?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has a +12. I mean, +8, +4.
Okay.
You should see his combat skills, though.
I'm sure, yeah. And I mean, I was actually really surprised when you said last
I'm going to make the argument that Caleb looks to me covering my ears and sticking my tongue out at the guy and sees how ridiculous that it is. He can use the boost I created, or the whatever.
If y'all think that that's fine, I'm okay with that.
It makes sense that we're like collectively helping each other to not take it seriously.
I think it'd be more like he's reminding Caleb that this guy's just trying to get in your head and like he's almost certainly lying. And,
Jared gives him the look. Why don't you just cover your ears? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Well, you have 2 free invokes.
So you only take 4 damage instead.
So it'd be 8. So I want to make an argument here, Connor. We have these "my wife was my world."
That revolves around Connor.
Yes.
Right, but they're Caleb's invokes.
Here's my argument, though. This is you're literally saying this about Connor. I think in my mind it's like
he wouldn't be dead yet.
He wouldn't be dead yet. Yeah, there's no way, right? Like just by laws of narrative of the world, the way the world works, right? He has to go out for his wife, doing something that means something, right? And I want to spend the rest of those invokes to basically just make it so he ties again.
There you go. He gets a boost though, but still better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Straight up, super cool. So, he gets a boost for that.
Yeah, he actually should have gotten a boost last time too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he should have gotten a boost against you. Was it Caleb or was it David?
Yeah, it was me.
No,
you negated the attack.
David's. Yeah. No, not even touching that. Okay, so he's got 2 boosts against you, Caleb. Okay, so David, it's your turn.
Okay.
I was like, I don't think we can ever use this in any other situation, so might as well just spend those.
Sure,
they've been sitting around for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I could shoot at the PA system, but I actually have to roll well is the problem because I'm going to get my stunts and I can't roll well. So,
You could create an advantage.
You said there was like, okay, so Liz got out of here somehow. Not Lynn, Liz.
Yes.
You said there were like ducks or something.
I'm just kind of assuming that's how Liz got out.
Conveniently child-sized ducks.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I
kind of how Liz works.
If they're child-sized, then I guess they don't help me very much. Okay.
I mean, roll. You could also just like roll notice and be like, they're big enough for me to get in. If you succeed, you know what I mean?
Right. If they are, can I roll athletics to get into them?
Not the same round, but yes.
Okay, can I make my move action? But it would be like a difficult move action. Or no, I guess that
doesn't that take up your turn?
Yeah,
though?
It does.
Yeah, you'd have to roll for, but yeah, you can do that though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's the difficulty to notice a way out?
Four.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, there you go. All right, so you see something then.
Cool. Right. Yeah, I mean,
I'm assuming there's like a little bit of like a panel or something like towards the top of the wall, and like it's hanging open because Liz didn't like fully close it. Like it's not like hanging open, but like one of the screws didn't like go back in all the way. Yeah, it's a jar. Yeah.
Well, I won't be able to fit into a jar, so no, I'm kidding. Yeah.
That roll's gonna be more difficult now.
All right, I think that's me done then. I mean, I'll move over there, but I can't really do the thing until next turn. So
okay, Caleb, your turn then.
Cuckoo. What are we trying to do right now? Did Liz open the door?
Yeah, I mean, you could try to open the door.
She hasn't opened the door yet. Yeah, you could roll to try with the hand.
But she's on the other side, and we know that she is.
Jared knows that Liz is on the other side.
Maybe you could clean off the hand, and the difficulty will go down.
What would I roll for that?
I have no idea. I mean, probably just. I don't know.
Could you just spend a turn doing it and then have the difficulty go down?
Can I make a notice roll to basically just like try to size up the whole situation and like notice what I'm missing here to make it work better?
Yeah, just create an advantage.
Yeah.
Difficulty 4.
Okay.
You have 2 fate points.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
-3 for the roll. Yeah.
I waste my turn.
I mean, you can spend a fate point to reroll.
That's true.
I don't care enough. I want to save. Well, we're almost done with this session, actually. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'll spend a fate point on rebuilding the world takes many hands, including this, guys.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you, universe, for lining up so perfectly for that joke.
Oh man, I hope you roll -4 now.
Yeah, wouldn't that suck?
Yeah. Oh, okay, just a -1 though.
You can get there. But
I'll just spend another fate point to finish it out.
Remember, you're creating an advantage.
Others cannot follow.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, the thing is, we don't want to roll. We don't want to roll lower at this point. So I think that's good enough because then someone else can make a better roll.
Yeah. Also,
with that advantage,
you succeed at the advantage here means there is something else to notice.
Yeah.
So that does still help us.
Yeah, and I'm gonna spend my last fate point on Relentless Leader because obviously I'm gonna keep trying no matter what.
Okay, tell me what do you think you're missing?
Well, I think it's the idea that well, you said there's blood on it, but also that it was cold. And trying to think of a way that I could fool the machine into thinking it's warm, maybe.
I mean, like, he's only been dead for like 4 minutes, so it's probably not like ice cold. It's probably just difficult for it to.
I'll just blow into the hand. I'll just go. No,
I mean, you could.
No, that's dumb.
You could just.
So, what do we actually want to do?
I mean, you could quite literally just do that with it, right?
Yeah, yes, but no, this is the thing. Like, so are we thinking here that I'm just going to keep rolling lore? Or are we going to make another roll?
You guys also could try shooting the glass and roll for that, right? Like,
because that's what I'm thinking too, is like maybe this notice roll wasn't even for anything related to hand. It was just to help like the general situation.
What do you mean shooting at the glass? You mean the one stuff he's behind?
Kind of.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Which glass? You just said shoot at the glass.
Yeah, the glass he's hiding. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking to Caleb. Yeah.
Oh, but I did shoot at that on the thing. You said it was
right. You shot at it and nothing happened because it's bulletproof.
Right. So why would I shoot at it?
Oh, can this be a notice roll then to notice?
Right.
Yeah, to notice a weak point on it or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
like you shot at it because it. And I figured it was just like a.
So maybe.
Well, of course I just shoot at him, but it's bulletproof glass
or something.
So it just cracked.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Well, it acted like normal bulletproof glass. It didn't do a whole lot.
Right. Yeah.
But it did something.
Yeah. I do have a rifle also, which is a higher caliber weapon. So maybe that can also.
Oh,
I do have my sword, which would be a way higher caliber weapon.
Sure, Jared.
I mean, if this was an anime, you'd be right.
I mean,
yeah.
Is that not what this is at this point?
Mean, you're not wrong.
So can I just make an aspect then? Just cracked glass.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe I literally just point back and I'm just like, David, and then I like sling my rifle over my off my shoulder. Yeah, like nod at it. I'm just like, what if we just keep shooting at the same spot, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and the camera angle like lines up so that the like hole in the where the bullet landed like lines up perfectly with Matthew's head. As the camera like pans over.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then Jared, your turn.
Can I
lightsaber through the door with your katana? No. That's a great idea.
Can I give David a boost to get close to I don't know.
I sit on your shoulders.
Can David sit on my shoulders to get a better shot at the glass?
No. No. You want to roll athletics to get to the ceiling?
Yeah.
Probably difficulty 4.
Okay.
Using whatever shelving or like warehouse things are around, like giant crates or boxes. Chains. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the ceiling chains really is what this place vibe told me was there.
Yeah.
Really fit with the place's vibe.
Jared, what is your athletics roll?
Oh
no, you got the dreaded -4.
The ceiling collapses.
Well, no, nothing happens.
There are no ceiling chains.
We're still a little high.
Yeah, I'm sure you like jump on something and it just like collapses and you fall back down.
You're like, all right, my Tarzan this, and you just jump and you're just like,
that was the end goal. Through the window.
Okay, so it's Matthew's turn again. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I mean, I think Matthew just says to you, Jared, like the repeat of what he said earlier, like you're being a hypocrite. Like, how about you fall onto Luke's body? And he's just like,
cushions my foul.
I know that Luke was, well, to put it plainly, he was psychotic. He was an animal. And he deserved justice. But instead, he was murdered. He was murdered by the murderer you call your friend. I thought, with all your talk of repentance, Your standards would be higher than this, Jared. I think he says, what would your God say if he could see you now? And he's just going to roll deceive.
So, well, okay, just to be, I mean, that sounds like a provoke, right? He hasn't said anything untrue, really. He's just trying to dig at him.
What he's trying to do is twist the truth that you killed Luke, and he's trying to twist it into you're a murderer.
But
I already know David's a murderer.
That's not a lie, though.
Yeah, nothing. Not a single thing he said was a lie or changing my perception.
A little bit, but not really.
So my idea with his like stunt is he's trying to twist the truth to his own scheme.
Then he should have something that can use deceive instead of provoke.
Right. So that's fine. I just didn't think that through.
That's true. Yeah,
that's fine. You can just get rid of one of his +2 stunts.
I think he has one +4.
He doesn't have any +2 stunts.
He just has +8.
No, +4,
and then a +4 stunt.
Oh,
because he's a boss, so they don't follow the same modifier rules. Yeah, I mean that's what he can just have. There's no reason you can't just give him another stunt.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, since that's how the aim of his character was going. If y'all want to complain about the rules, I'll just give him the stunt that makes sense.
The reason I brought it up that time is because he wasn't really being deceptive there. He was literally just prodding him.
Well, he's technically not being deceptive when he's blaming you and Jared for Mickey's death either, because you could have stopped it. The point is that's not you guys shouldn't react the way he wants you to react.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna legit die from this attack.
All that would change is that you would be rolling provoke instead of deceive anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Right.
I mean, like you would just give him good provoke instead of deceive.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
He hasn't gotten a single positive number. I want y'all to know that.
I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Let's see. Well, you won't die. He can't kill you.
He could legit kill you right here. 10.
Well, you'd be defeated in combat, right?
Yeah, that's you won't die.
Which then means you're at the whim of the person who defeated you.
But that 12 was against Jared?
Yes.
Yeah. Dang.
He just hasn't rolled in defense yet.
I mean,
the only thing I could roll is a will.
You literally just have to get like 2. Yeah, you literally only have to get a 2.
Okay.
There you go. You're fine. I mean, you're not fine. You're really screwed, but you're not.
Jared, I'm going to spend some fate points on you, though.
Oh, gosh.
The big 3 shall perish. This has been a long time coming. And the body you just landed on is disgusting. It makes you sick to your stomach. And I'll spend a fate point on that to give him +2.
I literally just have to concede.
You can't concede right now. You're just going to be beaten.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't concede.
You'd have to concede on your turn, right? You have to concede on your turn?
No, it just can't be while this is happening. Like, it has to be.
Can't be while a roll needs to be resolved.
Yeah, you can't be like, ooh, that's a lot of damage. I concede.
Yeah. And then I will spend a fate point on I will bear the weight of what needs to be done.
Okay. I was about to say you don't need to do that, but yeah, do it.
No, I do, because
I didn't know you don't. The last time would have been enough. I think.
No, he does need to, because he needs to have.
Is your 4 stress box covered, or no? Because it's mental attack anyway.
No, he hasn't 4 mental, but you have to do 11 damage to him, and if you spend 2 fate points, you'll do.
Exactly okay.
Yep.
So 11. Okay, I thought it was. All right. Yeah. But I'm down for the count.
Okay. So Jared, tell me how you go about attacking David.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, David.
I'm gonna look up. Hold on. I'm gonna look up what taking out works.
Don't worry, I don't get most of my stunts against.
It says it means not only that you can't fight anymore, but the person took you out to decide what your loss looks like and what happens to you after the conflict. So
we can't fight anymore.
Obviously, they can't narrate anything that's out of scope of the conflict, like having you die from shame.
I mean, you are also the GM, and you can say that this is it. You give him another stunt that if you beat him, you can make him do what he does. Whatever he wants.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know about that rule. My only other thought is if this is interesting to you guys, we can do it and have him attack you. If it's not interesting, if David, if you think it doesn't make sense, what we could do is just he attacks you and you just kill him, right? Or maybe not kill him, but shoot him in the throat or something, and now he's down for the count because he attacked you.
We can just do a fight. That's fine. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure.
David a Nazi?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm dressed like one. Let's see. Yeah, it really doesn't. It doesn't really say. It seems like it's mostly talking about if you get taken out physically. So,
it acts like a mental defeat is taken out physically as well.
It just isn't very clear. So, I mean, I think it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, as long as it's fine. I don't want to just fudge the rules.
The last line is basically just says, still gives somebody else a lot of power over your character you can't really do anything about, which whatever.
Which this is kind of that then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's going to make an attack. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
Or no, because it's not his turn, right? Because that was Matthew's turn. So right. Jared, how do you go about attacking David? And then we'll come back to it on your turn. Right? Because next is David's turn. So Jared, you've been beaten and you
throw myself at him with reckless abandon.
Okay. All right. So did you just look down at the blood and just grab your sword and charge kind of a thing?
Yeah. But on my turn.
I'm standing here no, guys, we were so close. We were all about to just get it all together.
Yep. Okay. So I guess I will throw Liz at the end of the turn order. Oh, that's technically after Matthew. No, technically before Matthew. I forgot about her. I'll just throw her in now. Liz. I'll just throw her in beneath Matthew. That's fine. Okay, so Liz is going to roll a lore to try to get the door open from her end, and her difficulty is 4.
Ooh, that was a waste of a fate point.
Oh wow!
Well,
that was a waste of a fate point.
I think what she says from the other end to you, Caleb, since you're the closest to the door, it's the controls aren't working. He must have him jammed or something.
Yeah, I just shake my head and I'm like, we're not getting out of here that way. To cue to the audience, or rather to the
other side.
It sounds right, exactly. It feels very video game, but it's just you keep clicking on the door, and it's just the door's locked from the other side.
Door's locked. Door's locked.
The door's locked from the other side. Yeah.
I can't pick that lock. Okay.
And after the 4th time, instead of a pop-up, your character goes, I think it's locked.
David, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to try and get into the rafters. Here we go.
You're just trying to escape the battle here. Oh, geez. Okay. So you jump up into the rafters.
Yep.
Or into the ductwork or whatever.
I'm using my movement to crawl out.
Yep.
Or no, that is my movement, I guess. But I'm gonna move into the other zone. I'm gonna try and get out of here. I don't know how
Yep.
So do I jump down next to Liz, or I'm in the middle of the ceiling?
I think you're in the ductwork, right?
Okay.
So Caleb, your turn.
I just go what? What the? I look at Jared and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Oh, rapport is the go-to skill for healing mental wounds. Maybe you can calm him down with that. I mean,
that makes sense.
This,
so how are we going to go about doing that? Should Jared reset his?
No, I mean, he's taken out. It just means he won't be trying to murder me anymore.
Yeah.
but he's
okay.
I mean,
Sure.
we'll have to find a reason why he's not able to fight anymore. But yeah.
So I just say we should play out a short conversation, and then I'll make that roll. I just say, "What is wrong with you?"
I don't know how to respond. Ugh. This is so hard because this is not what Jared would normally do.
But it is what Jared would normally do.
Yeah.
It's both and not.
Yeah.
So just to make sure I understand what Jared's mindset is right here. This is basically
Technically, Jared, you don't have that consequence.
You mean he does?
No, because he didn't have to take. He just was taken out. He didn't take a consequence. He just was taken out.
What happens is you fill the damage in, and if you have more damage, you're taken out. He still has to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just so I know what's actually like what Jared's mindset is here, this is Matthew basically got him to see that David was a murderer and should also be taken out. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So I look at him and I say, Jared, what did we do yesterday? We executed a man, right? But we did it the right way.
Oh, but then Jared rolled an empathy and could tell I didn't like it.
Yeah, but I mean that shouldn't matter ultimately, right? It should be.
I don't think I even tried to not, or maybe I did, but yeah, you blew me out of the water. It was really obvious. I was like, yeah, that was great, thanks.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna appeal to that. I'm basically gonna say like,
you should roll your rapport and then I'll.
Well, I just had I was gonna finish it out, the thought out, and basically say that, and then I say, if you do this now, like this, then we were never any better than them. You were the one who, called this out when David and I shot those people in the clearing. Don't be a hypocrite. And I'm gonna make a roll.
Yo, so the thing.
My thought here is that Jared is not defending this, is that Matthew is defending this.
What? No.
Right, because that makes sense. Because otherwise, Jared's just going to go back and forth instantaneously.
Well, no, I mean, he's out, right? Like, what happened?
That's the thing. Yeah,
he would be
can't
out of
fight
the combat, but he wouldn't.
Right,
he'd just be useless.
Well, my other thought though, as well, is Matthew could also just keep talking. Like it's your turn,
right?
But he can just keep talking.
So like,
but yeah, David already got out, right? Like that doesn't matter anymore. This is just me to. This is for me to just like stop that chain of thought. So then when he sees David again, he's not going to attack him.
No, Jared could also just jump through the rafters. He could just climb up after him. He just has to get enough athletics.
I mean, I don't think I could fit through the hole. I'm much wider than David.
I mean, narratively, it's just whatever.
Oh, okay.
He has the same athletic skill.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I still don't think it would be against Matthew. I wouldn't be like I'm still making it the role against Jared. There's no part. I don't care about what Matthew's saying.
Right, but Jared does.
Right, but Matthew
Jared was convinced by that.
Again, I think it makes more sense for Matthew to keep trying to get, and we can have. I think it makes more sense to have a back and forth where he could keep switching than for me to have to go against Matthew.
Well, but then, what does Jared defend against? Jared can't defend anymore.
It wouldn't be me rolling; it would be those two rolling overcomes or whatever against each other.
Right, because Jared's been taken out of combat, so then he just.
Oh yeah, okay. So
he would switch back and forth regardless.
I mean, you would probably.
There wouldn't be like much of a roll. He could defend, but it'd just be overcome.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the issue with this situation is that this isn't normally what happens when you take someone out.
Hey, yeah, we're in a difficult spot with that.
Right.
He can't leave.
Right.
So. Well, so maybe we'll do this. If he succeeds, then Jared will still come after me, but he won't try and kill me. And if he fails, then Jared will come after me and he'll try and kill me. Does that work? Either way, he just gets out because he can't do anything in this fight right now because he's taken out. So he has to try and extricate himself from the scene anyways. which is what we've been trying to do the whole time. But so maybe it can just be no matter what, he'll come after me. It just depends on how well Caleb rolls as to whether or not it's aggressive.
So
like
you know what, Connor?
me.
You know what actually would have made way more sense. So did you say that Jared going after David was part of the taking out and being taken out? What you should have done instead, Connor, and I think this would make all the mechanics line up better. You should have just offered him a compel. Right, that's actually what was happening there. You were offering Jared a compel because he didn't have any fate points.
Well, that's a good point.
Well,
right.
But it's not though.
Just how it works. When you take someone out, you say what happens to them. And in this case,
but taking out is like taking out of the combat. It's not making them fight another person. That he wasn't.
Whoa.
Jared wasn't out of the combat by attacking you. He was just on his side. That's not how that works. But it can be how it works if Connor just gives him a compel, because Jared can't refuse it. And then we're where we should be. But now
maybe it's more like him being taken out as he stops being on anybody's side, basically. Temporarily, he's like, oh yeah, he's thinking about it, and then you can compel him to come after me.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
Maybe just because it is kind of like an awkward situation.
I mean, Jared, I'll give you that fate point.
And that's the real reason is Jared should get a fate point from that.
Yeah,
that sequence. Fine. Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
Spend the fate point. Helen opens the door. The person I should have spent the fate point on to begin with.
I am going to give you a fate point to reject that compel.
What?
I give you a fate point to reject that compel.
It's not. I mean, he's trying to invoke, and he would have to. Honestly, he would have to invoke one of his aspects. Yeah, to attempt to do this.
Yeah, you'd have to make it in.
You can spend a fate point to make an narrative statement.
Right, but it still has to be based on an aspect that's on the board somewhere.
That big brain dough.
Yeah, that's literally
that makes sense.
But I'll give
have
you
that.
Because of Josh.
But what is that?
It's basically like I appreciate.
I trust him with anything that's
I forgot.
Smart based.
But smart based. Yeah, I'll give you a fate point, Jared. That's the most fate points you've had in like 12 sessions.
Wait, give him a fate point to what?
To reject that invoke of that narrative statement. That does not happen.
Is that how that works?
Hey, I'm fine with it.
I mean,
I spend the point you just gave me for the other guy to show up.
As a GM, I can reject narrative compels if they don't make sense, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I don't think you have to give him a fate point.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. No.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
It's yeah. You can give me.
I'll take it back.
Yeah,
Caleb.
I wasn't arguing that you can't because you're in charge of the narrative. So if it doesn't make sense for it to show up, that's fine.
Right.
But you're not actually giving him a fate point in that instance.
Clearing a story detail. You want to add a detail that works here, just manage a scene, like doing something retroactively, or an NPC shows up. To do this, you spend a fate point. You should try to justify it by relating to your aspects, but it doesn't sound like you have to. The GM can veto it, especially if the rest of the group isn't buying it.
Yeah,
it's just a veto.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Vetoed. I love saying vetoed now. Okay, perfect. I love that.
Anyway, so I guess then what can I do in this situation?
I don't think you can rapport roll against Jared then because he's accepted compel.
You should rapport roll anyway, and then that can be the treatment since this is the end of the session.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, right? I can do that.
Well, yeah, but Jared, it's not the treatment of the severe consequence isn't going to come back after this next session.
Oh, that's true.
You know that, right?
It's literally you will have.
It'll be till the end of the game. Yeah.
Dang. I didn't know it was that way for mental stuff too.
Yeah, it's the same. It's a consequence.
Consequences are because consequences aren't split up the way that stress is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird to me that I can't do anything about this.
It'll get rid of the mild consequence that I have.
Yeah, you can get rid of his mild consequence.
I don't know. It just I'm struggling with this because
I think it would still be a roll against Matthew though. I think it would be an opposing. It's like an opposing.
Okay, I will do that. I will do that as long as I can get my stunt because I'm trying to smooth over the situation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. All right, I'll make an attempt.
We should just probably get out of here, right? He has like a +8 to deception.
He can't use his stunt on this one. So it would just be a plus.
He
8.
probably also can't defend with.
And that means I get a plus 7.
What would he defend with? Because in this, I feel like in this situation, Caleb was trying to snap him out of it, but Matthew's just trying to re-solidify the lie. Right?
That's true. I mean, yeah, we've kind of already gone off script mechanically, so it's fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So this is still a possible roll for you, Caleb.
You can't. Oh, you can compel.
Haha, 9. Suck it. Suck it, Matthew.
Yep.
You should use the compel that I just gave you to make it a succeed with style.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't. What? I don't know.
I compel you to succeed with style.
None of the things you just said made no sense.
I compel you to do what you just did.
No, it's not.
Absolutely not.
I appreciate the sentiment, but it's already.
So you say that, and Matthew's just like, Jared, he's a murderer. Don't listen to him.
Murder. No.
Yeah. Caleb, you're just like,
it's technically not murder if you're in a battle.
Now, I'm assuming you're probably just like, now's not the time.
Just war theory.
Right, Caleb, you're thinking just now's not the time.
No, yeah. So my argument to him was like, yeah, I agree. David's done some really messed up stuff. And we can talk about it after this. And I'll probably be on your side during it.
Sure,
but I won't be if you do this right now.
Yeah, and Matthew's just like, don't be a hypocrite, Jared. And don't let your morality slide again.
Exactly. Yep. Listen to him, except, actually do what's right. Yeah, because I'm like, I agree with what he's saying, with Matthew's saying, but I don't agree with like what he thinks is actually the right thing. I'm like,
right, yeah.
We grew up together in the same Bible. Matthew, power-hungry warlord. Like, that's it.
I thought you were the guy who wrote Matthew, and I was like, wait.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So, Jared, what do you respond to that?
No, that's what I say, Connor. No.
Respond to it?
I say, this isn't the Matthew of the Bible. Right.
Don't have to listen to him.
This isn't the Matthew who wrote the gospel. You don't have to listen to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! I love that line. That's awesome. So yeah, Jared, so you don't attack David then. So how do you respond?
I mean, mechanically, I'm dead. So I kind of just stand there and do nothing.
The game glitches. Yeah. No, you can just be like, okay, and just like collapse to the ground kind of a thing, like you've been beaten. So I think just mentally your headspace is just like you get all like lightheaded basically, and just like
stare mode and just stand there and stare blankly. I don't think I can fall over.
I was thinking you should just like pass out.
Still have a migraine, maybe your head just starts pounding and you have to lean against the console or something.
I don't think I'd pass out.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have to pass out. That's fine.
You have to eat a standard rule.
Yeah, I stand and drool.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. So then, Jared, your turn, but obviously not. So Matthew is going to have one last shot here at you, Caleb. He says, is this how you lead your men? The battle is over, Caleb. Honor is dead. All of them, they're dead. I just got word in now. Best to clean house while you can. And
he's attacking me.
Yep. How has he never gotten a positive roll? Incredible.
0.
I'm glad that he hasn't.
I mean, yeah, it's plenty as it is.
He's got a 12 every single time.
He's got a +1 and a -1 on every roll. He's got a 0 every time.
Yep.
Oof.
That's 7 shifts.
Yeah.
Okay, well, not every time. There was one time when he was not attacking, I think. And then I think maybe the very first time he got a 10.
Can I, because this is probably going to be a stretch. Can I use my nothing to see here invokes? Because I just am ignoring him.
Where does nothing to see here come from?
From his stealth roll earlier?
I made a stealth roll earlier. But like metaphorically, the meaning of like, there's nothing to see here, Matthew can be ignored.
I think that's fine. Because I didn't really give you anything for that successful stealth roll. You just got nipped anyways. That's fine.
Yep. Cool. So that means I have a 9. And I'll just take the last 3.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've gotten anything yet, except for the migraine. So I'll just take a 3 physical, and I'll be fine.
And then it is Liz's turn.
Or sorry, 3 mental. So real quick though, what I say to him, just disregard it, is I just like look at him and I say, "Remember the conversation we had earlier today, where you promised that you would help me? Where you promised that you would, that you wanted to stop this, that you didn't want to set off the nukes? Well, you lied to me then. You're lying to me now.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't listen to liars." And I just turn away from him.
Sweet.
Connor, would she really try the door again?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she'd try to go kill. I spend my fate point that she doesn't do this door. She's gonna go stab Matthew.
Okay.
I don't know if she's that bloodthirsty.
She's gonna die. Thanks, Jared.
No, I mean,
no, she's not. Matthew has no. Connor even said himself. He has. You should see his combat.
Well, to be fair,
I'm pretty sure he meant the other way around.
No,
I'm pretty sure he meant.
Are you positive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure. I mean, why?
I definitely took that as.
Why would Matthew have any combat stats? He was literally in a gunfight and he was talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
That's
at the train.
Fair.
Like if he
but
had
that also might have been a long con from Connor.
Jared, I how about you spend a fate point instead to have somebody else open the door?
I tried that. You said no.
Yeah, but I mean, you try a different fate point to spend it.
The scientist boy, whose name I forgot.
Okay, no. Think a little bit differently.
Lynn, Connor.
I mean, Lynn wouldn't do it. And I was saving the Connor one for
here's
later.
the thing, though. If you say it's Connor, that means they won the battle because Connor was in charge of the battle.
Not necessarily, though. And Connor doesn't have lore either.
No, but if we win,
just spend a fate point.
Are you hinting?
Opens the door.
Okay, I spend a fate point. What happened?
Yeah, okay, there you go. I just try to move things along since we're 11.
Yeah.
I don't know, Connor. This seems like you're railroading. I'm getting Mistborn season 2 vibes here.
Yeah. Are you really? Okay, so Connor opens the door, and Lynn is there with him, and
does she have both arms?
Yes. Mr. Lang and probably Josh and Adam as well. And Josh was the one that opened the door.
Everybody from the battles here, which means we won the battle.
And we will close with that. As the door gets opened and we see some of the main NPC characters.
I'm trying to think of like a pithy line for one of our characters to say.
Well, I mean, Josh probably just starts. Yeah, Josh probably is just like, "Oh wow, that was a difficult door. All I needed to do though was bypass the security grid through the coax cables, and then and we just like cut."
Josh is cringing wherever he is right now. He's cringing.
he feels the disturbance in the force.
Yeah. Okay.
Coax cables.
Those are the data cables.
Okay.
Yeah, all I had to do was
no.
the component
Coax
cables into the
cables
right
would be
color.
TV cables. So he just says data cables.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I thought you were saying coaxial, like the ones used for internet.
Coaxial would be the ones used for TV. Just data cables be used for internet. I'm an electrician. I know stuff like this. No, okay. So yeah, we'll end there and we'll pick it up next time. All right. Let's get that after show.
Yo. Adios.